Do, 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 do. Looks like some people are filtering in already. Oh, and then it stops right at the best part of the song. Thanks, guys. Welcome. Oh, I need to turn this the fuck down. I can't hear anything. Alright. There. It's at 1%, maybe then. Now it won't kill my... No, this is not the PC version, unfortunately. So here's the deal with that. I was going to do the PC version so that I could, like, record it and then stream it, you know, at the same time, whatever. But the problem is that OBS has a lot of latency when it comes to PC games or anything over 720p, I find. So if I tried to do that, I'd get a bunch of drop frames and it would look like shit. And the bigger problem is there's no audio compressor for the microphone in Shadowplay, which is what I was going to use instead. But there's no way to use like VSTs or anything to like compress your microphone, so then I'd be super quiet and the game audio would drown me out. So we're playing this on Xbox. That's right, I bet many of you haven't even seen this version. This is Halo on Xbox. For some reason I felt like playing this again. I don't know why. There's something about this game. Anyways. Yeah, lots of people have been asking if I'm gonna do a remake or rebreak on this, and yes, I absolutely want to do that. Only problem is, Master Chief Collection got confirmed for PC, right around the time it was almost done. Well, it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise, because I wasn't gonna upload a review of this game unless if I had an Xbox One X to show off the 4K. Ironically, compared to the Banjo game, where Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie both got 4K right after I finished recording them, and it's just like, well, fuck. But yeah, so I definitely want to do that. Lots of people have also been asking. Lots of people have also been asking about Pokemon Red and Blue, and Fire Red and Leaf Green, and Let's Go. So basically, what happened was, I was collabing on that video with a friend of mine named Haydox, who I'm sure many of you know. Only problem is he got severely depressed and has been dealing with some very compromising personal demons, we'll say, that have put him in personal jeopardy. I can't reveal too much because that's his thing to reveal if he chooses to, but you know what, you get what I'm saying. And to me, it feels kind of disrespectful to finish that video without him, without his permission. I know, and people, there are a couple people who are just like, he's irresponsible and whatever, but that's, like, you don't know what's going on with him. That's a bit insensitive. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, yes, I would like to redo the Super Mario Brothers Marathon, because those videos look and sound like shit, even if the scripts are okay. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, and also I'm streaming on Twitch too. I should be popping out that chat. Wait for more people to filter in before we get started. Yeah, thanks for that, guys. I totally want to see some Evo stream on full blast when I open Twitch. Anyways. Where is the... I need to pop out the chat real quick so I can take a peek at it. Mr. Captain K. Ditherixio, what are your thoughts on 2D Mario? What 3 games are your favorite? I'd say probably Super Mario Bros. 3, New Super Mario Bros. U, and Super Mario World. But it's like I was playing a little bit of the earlier 2D Marios yesterday, and when I was playing them, I was kind of realizing just how much better New Super Mario Bros. U's level design is. When it comes to 2D Mario, I'm very much, especially now that I've played Mario Maker 2 and designed a couple levels, and then you go back and play some of the earlier levels from Mario 3 and Mario World, and it's just like, it's child's play, you know? And like when you've designed your own and thought about, like, okay, so we have this skeleton of a level framework, then we stick in enemies to make it more challenging. Then you play the first few levels of Mario 3 and you can pretty much just run in a straight line and occasionally jump. It's kind of, yeah. But yeah. Hello, pretty doggo. Yes, I have heard some of the quote-unquote restored DKC tracks. They are very nice sounding. I suppose that's true, Rita. Alright. Looks like the stream health is good. Mario Maker 2 has less visibility than Mario Maker 3DS. The worst game I've ever played is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the PlayStation 3. How do you pop out the chat in this thing? Oh, I should probably tweet out the stream, too. Sorry, folks, I'm a little disorganized. What's going on with Haydox? Haven't heard from him in a while, but these comments make me a bit concerned for him. Well, he's still alive. I've spoken to him recently on Discord and stuff, so he's doing better than he was, but he was doing really, really, really bad for the past couple years. But he's getting better. He posted on his Twitter, I think. How do you pop out the chat? Where's the chat? How do you pop out the chat in Twitch? Pop out player, but I can't pop out the chat. Sorry, I don't stream that often, if you can't tell. Looks like Codebox is joining. Okay, so that's what my problem is that I had the window minimized, so I couldn't see the chat, so therefore I couldn't pop it out. Now I have the chat popped out. Okay, now I just need to post the YouTube link as well. Da, 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 da. Let's see, where is the share button? I gotta make everything so hard to find, I tell you. Yeah, oh, there they are. They hit them at the bottom. Sorry for the wait, folks. I'm almost done, then we'll get started. Alright. It's been posted on Twitter. Streaming well on both things. There are people watching. 42 on, yeah. So, do you think Nintendo should remake Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door? Yes. If Paper Mario, would you do a remake or Rebreak episode on it? Yes. Pretty much the only games I won't do remake or rebreaks on are RPGs. Traditional JRPGs, because I can never finish them. So it's like I could do there are like a billion opportunities for Final Fantasy stuff. Right. Hold on. Let me go ahead and start the recording. Well. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. I think I'm gonna make this a little bigger so that I can see it. There you go. Yeah, I don't really stream that often at all, you're right. This is a bit funky. Okay. I had to switch back to Twitch. I have better connection and it's running better than YouTube. Okay. The soundtrack in this game is awesome. It is indeed. Okay. Bowser's Inside Story, I want to do Partners in Time first. Okay, so let's go ahead and start at the beginning. Now, I thought about trying this on Heroic or Legendary, but from my experiences, these games are pretty fun on normal because it's a pretty well-balanced difficulty, but if you go to Heroic or higher, then it just becomes you dying in like a second. And I'm not sure about that. I have not heard of Halo 2600. Yes, So here's what I want to do with DKC. What I want to do is I do want to go back and do GBC, but I'm waiting to get my GBA HDMI consolizer in the mail. It's pre-ordered, but they haven't shipped them out yet. And essentially, I'm going to use that to record Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, because all my other options, pretty much I can only get the quality I want from an emulator at this point, and I prefer more authentic ways of recording, so I'm waiting for the GBA consolizer. And I'll do a roar on DKC GBC. I'll finish that. I'm not playing on PC because from the technical side, it's not working. Something about lag. Okay, this is on YouTube, I'm assuming. Oh no, that's not... Shouldn't be lagging. I don't know, it looks... Yeah, it does look like it's stopped. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the recording and just do the stream. And I can put the VOD on YouTube later or whatever. Anyways. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's see. I don't really plan on doing any other Sonic games. Anyways. Well, Rita, the thing is that when I review games, I want to make sure that it represents the game. Just opening this up again. I want to make sure it represents the game as good as possible. Yeah, eventually Halo 2, but that's a long time. Jeez, that's a lot of things to read. Well, I thank you, Taduki Jumpman. I can't... I wonder what video he's talking about. Playing the... Okay, anyways, yeah, we're doing this on Xbox. I'm just gonna do normal. Why is it stuck? Oh, there we go. Yeah, for some reason it got stuck there. That seems to be a problem with the custom dashboard I installed. But anyways. Yeah. But it's just like, I like authenticity. I'd like to know that when I see a frame drop in a game, that's what you would experience on real hardware rather than me not knowing if it's the emulator or not. Things like that. That's why I prefer authentic hardware. Because I had a problem with Kirby's Adventure when I did a roar on that, where it was like the game seemed to have input lag, but the thing is that I was recording it on an emulator, so for all I know, the emulator was the cause of the input lag and not the game itself. And from then on, that's when I committed to authentic hardware. Anyways. Let's see. Oh, that's cool, William. Plug and play HDMI upscaler that... Well, that's the thing, is that it's an upscaler. It's not a, it's not actually increasing the resolution of the console. You know, it's taking a 900p image or a 1080p image and blowing it up to 1440p, so it's not real 2K, if you get what I'm saying. I'm actually not playing with the Duke controller, I'm playing with the redesigned controller, but the Duke's actually not that bad. It feels pretty comfortable in your hands. It is bulky. Oh, and by the way, the character models in this game, not so great. This is what's interesting about the Xbox is that it's like most other consoles of the time ran at less than 720 by 480, like most GameCube games ran at 660 by 448. But Xbox was the most powerful of the three, and so lots of the games actually do run at a full 720 by 480 and were meant to be stretched or squished to 4x3 and whatever. And the original Halo is like that. But I have a feeling that if they lowered the resolution, then maybe we could have gotten better character models and textures and stuff. Actually, the textures on Xbox are usually pretty good looking. considering the output resolution and whatnot. Like, they're higher res than you would see on the other two consoles. Anyways. I am not going to do... I'm probably not going to do a cross-platform on Breath of the Wild, at least not anytime soon. Yeah, the graphics have not really aged that well, I'm not gonna lie. If you cannot the Pokemon roar, please do a James Bond 007 The World's Not Enough. Maybe. I don't think Fire Emblem counts as a JRPG. Yeah, that's true, Ludicrous Fool. Okay, better go look over back at Twitch. Been marathoning the Halo games myself, almost done with Reach. The bump mapping was... That's true! Yeah, bump mapping is... You know, it's essentially a way of... Like, I've done some 3D modeling and I've used bump maps and opacity maps before, so I know what it does, but it's kind of hard to describe on the fly here. God damn it, Eric. Okay. Anyways. Oh, fun fact, Sergeant Johnson is voiced by Dimitri from Sly 2 and 3. And I think he also voiced Don Octavio, and I think Mugshot and Raleigh. So he has some range. Anyways. Yeah, probably not gonna do Final Fantasy VII. Well, see, the thing is, Seth, is like part of the reason I have not done Pokemon is just like probably I'll do Gen 1 and that'll probably be it, because I'd just be saying the same things over and over. I don't think Pokemon is very good, honestly. It's like when I was little I liked them, but now as an adult they just do nothing for me and I can never make myself... Like I got Gen 7, I got Sun, Ultra Sun. I played that for a little bit. I thought it was fresh, kind of fresh and interesting, but then just after a certain point, I just stopped playing it because I didn't care anymore. By the way, Force Tutorial. Yeah, so in case you didn't know, this game takes place immediately after Halo Reach. Of course, at the time of this game, there was no Halo Reach. There was a book called Halo: The Fall of Reach, I think is what it was called. And so if you wanted to know more about Reach and what happened there and how it led into the events of this game, you had to read the book. But of course now you can just play the game. I don't know how close the game and the book are in terms of story, like maybe they're really different. Like maybe, you know, they added like the team of Spartans in the game. And it shows like an alternate part of the story. I don't know, I haven't looked into the book myself. But yeah. This is... It's like pretty much from this point on, any game released after this, I expect to have dual analog. Because this game did it so well, at such an early point in the gen, that there's really no reason for other... I gotta get used to the inversions. Because for some reason you can't invert the X-axis, but you can invert the Y-axis. And I'm used to... I've been playing on PC with a mouse and keyboard most recently. Yeah. Yes, lots of people want Bowser's Inside Story, but I want to do Partners in Time first, and there are like a billion different games that people want me to do and that I want to do, and it's just like, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Yep, this game does have dithering. It definitely did, This game was very impressive for its time. Yes, that is the real Eric. Which Doom? Prinny Dogo. Which Doom? The original or... Oh, I gotta press the A button. Sorry, I was looking down at the chat. Are you talking about the 2016 Doom, or are you talking about the original 1993 Doom? I finished the original 1993 Doom. It was good. Like, the thing about a lot of these early PC DOS FPS Doom-like games is that, like, I like that the level design is more detailed, but I find myself getting bored with them and not wanting to keep playing them after about, I don't know, like, I play them for an hour and I'm, like, having fun, then I get to, like, level 8 of whichever episode I'm playing, and then I get bored and want to play something else. Yeah. So, yeah, that guy's dead. almost everything was pretty accurate to how I find the game to be. Oh, this guy's gonna die too. Not sure what it is that you can't... This is actually a pretty fun part, pretty interesting part of the first Halo. Sorry, I was trying to turn on the flashlight. Is that when the game starts out, you have no weapons, and you haven't seen what the Covenant look like yet, and they're attacking the ship, and you're seeing people die, and explosions go off, and you yourself are... See, like, that's like we can see the lasers, but we can't actually see... Oh, can you turn on... Crouch toggle. Oh, of course. For some reason in the God. Why can't... Okay. For some reason in the original... Okay, so I have to press start. Yeah, I keep getting weird control issues. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, so that's the first peek we get of an elite. And then I think he gets cornered over there and the door closes or something. So, yeah. Like, they build up some intrigue is the point. And that's kind of fun. And you yourself are defenseless, and I think this... Now we're heading to the bridge to meet Captain Keyes. I've played this game a few times, if you didn't know. Man, those Covenant got pretty far real quick. Anyways, and this is actually some interesting setup for later in the game as well. Without spoiling too much. Okay, Doom Eternal looks pretty good. Let's see. Most of the games qualify, but I'm skeptical about Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger will be a remake or Rebreak. That Cortana model, though. She looks horrible. I mean, the Chief looks okay, like because he's like in armor and stuff. The Chief's model looks pretty good, but everybody else... You know, the aliens look fine because they're not human, so you don't expect them to look realistic or whatever.
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
All right. I'm initiating cold.
But yeah. You plan on... Okay, let's see. How's the Banjo-Tooie Roar going? I have everything done except the editing part. I have to make myself sit down and edit it, but I don't feel like it right now, so we're doing this. For some reason, they used Captain Keyes' older character model in the later versions of this game. Why not a cross-platform on Chrono Trigger? That'll be a remake or Rebreak episode. Because, remember, cross-platform is not just for ports. Cross-platform is for within-generation cross-console ports, or different games of the same name. So, like, if there was hypothetically a version of Halo on GameCube, not that there ever would be, that would be a cross-platform. If there was a version of Chrono Trigger on the Sega Genesis, that would be a cross-platform with the SNES version. But the DS version came out so much later and added so much stuff, it's remake or Rebreak. Probably not the Zelda ones, no. EXO, could you do a higher poly project for this game? Well, Mass Cheap Collection's coming out on PC, so... Let's see. Still gotta play Banjo, then getting into Smash was my main motivation for wanting to.
Good luck,
Oh, Dragon Quest. I have not played a single one of those. I have the original Halo on Xbox, but I can't play it because I don't have a hard drive installed on my 360. What motivated you to give Halo another shot? I don't know, it was pretty much you, Helljumper, Tristan. Like, I want to say what happened was, I was talking with Nick on Planet Ripple, and he was showing me some of the music, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty good stuff, and I have the first 3 games soundtracks on CD. Alright. Yeah, take that, you fucking grunts. And yeah, like I said, the title is no joke. I'm horrible at this game. I'm gonna die a whole bunch of times, and you're just gonna have to deal with it, folks. I'm not a real gamer grill. Yeah, but as you can see, the game runs at 30 FPS with frame drops and whatnot, and it probably would run better if they lowered the resolution like most GameCube and PS2 games did, but it is what it is. This game is also on PC, as I've alluded to many times. I'm not talking about the MCC version that hasn't come out yet. I am, in fact, talking about the Windows XP version that was released in, I think, 2005. There's also a version of Halo 2 on the PC that I own, but it's just like, in terms of the logistics of getting it to stream, oh, I guess I snuck up on him. In terms of the logistics of getting me to stream, it's not going to work with my current hardware. I basically, in order to get the kind of microphone audio that I want with Shadowplay, I need to get myself an old-fashioned analog mic and use that. So this level's kind of mazy. It's probably the closest it comes to feeling Doom-like, I suppose, where you're kind of like in hallways and whatnot. Actually, it describes a lot of the level design in this game. Yeah, it's a waste of bullets, friend. That guy sounds kind of like Seth Green. Okay. I don't think I have grenades yet, so I'm gonna have to make do without them. Yeah, but I will say the PC version, if you can get your hands on it and get the mods working, is probably the best way to play this right now. Hell, well, if you're the type who enjoys oh, this is kind of an interesting little. The overshields are kind of a relic of the Doom likes, because there were power-ups in like Duke Nukem and there were power-ups in Duke Nukem and Doom and stuff like that that would do essentially the same thing give you like 200% HP, even though that really makes no sense when you think about it. And that's one problem I do have with this version, is that this game is fucking dark at times, and you can see that my flashlight was out of juice there, so I was fucked. So you pretty much need the flashlight on all the time. Like, good thing we have the flashlight and whatnot, but it is. I'll kill this guy here, and then I'll take a peek at the chat. And once again, I have to get used to the inversion being different than what I expect. So. Yeah, this game definitely played on PC with the mouse and keyboard. It's the way to go if you can get your hands on a copy. Okay, so X Paradigm Gamer, look at the Project Cartographer for the P. Yeah, it fixes everything except I can't play the game in 4K without the text bugging out. I don't know what the deal is with that. Now you need to use like borderless gaming even to get it to run at 4K. There are some Xbox games where it's only running 480i, but as far as I know, you can force them with a custom dashboard. So let's see. Say a cross-platform of Sonic 1 would say collections count. Is it worth reviewing them, though? I think that's the real question I'd talk about. Anyways, have you seen the Digital Foundry? Yes, I have read the article, at least. I do want to talk about the Paper Mario games. Are you going to get a Switch Lite? No, probably not. I'd like a Switch Pro so I could play the games in 4K, thank you very much. If we can have a handheld-only version of the Switch, I don't see why we can't have a console-only version. Let's see. Why do you want to play a 2004 Xbox game in 4K? All I can say is that if you haven't played a game in 4K, you don't know how... It looks really nice. Like, I find that 480p games do look really good in 4K. That's just me. Rarely see people playing the Xbox version. Well, you're welcome, Mario Brothers Reborn. Not trying to come off as rude. I don't remember what your first comment was. So no harm, no foul. There are rumors for Pro version. Let's see. You suck, Michael. Play better. I could do that when I was 11. Obviously, it's a parody. Yeah, I mean, this game, like Kyle Jumper is saying, is it's a lot of hallways and repeated set pieces, but for some reason I can't stop playing this game. I don't know what it is. Let's just, like, come back to this game. Well, part of it was because I was working on a roar for at least a period. But it's just like the game didn't, like, get significantly worse or anything. If anything, it just gets better every time I play it. Because I feel like this is a prime Sega learning curve game, because, like, the first playthrough, you play shit like the library and some of the flawed missions and stuff, and it's not that fun. But when you come back and it's like you're better at the game, you can blow through it really quickly and stuff, and that makes it more fun, in my opinion. Yeah. And because I'm not playing with Eric, I can actually take the time to play these levels and not rush through it. And we're also not playing on Heroic, so enemies will actually die in a reasonable number of hits. Looks like we got another overshield here, might as well grab that real quick. Yeah, I hate fighting the Flood. I don't blame you. I still don't think it's super fun. Like, they serve the story really well. I like the Flood as a concept. But, you know, in terms of gameplay, the Prometheans are better, I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh, and fun fact, the grunts are basically, from what I understand, they took like the Marine voice clips and just sped them up. And that's why and that's why only the grunts speak English in this game. It wasn't until Halo 2, I think, that the elites here started speaking in English as well. Started saying things like, "Kill the demon!" Instead of, "Oh, over the..." Well, I got perfect headshot there. And the good news is that... Yeah. So, like, mechanically, this game is really solid, I think. Like, the aiming and shooting and stuff, and switching weapons. It's just, like, a lot of older PC FPSs. Like, you had so many more different weapons to choose from, but it was much easier to run out of ammo and then have to switch to something you didn't want to use and stuff. And switching in real time was kind of... Like, Doom 2016, I thought, did the switching a bunch of weapons in real time thing really well, but not so much like Duke Nukem 3D or Doom 1, Doom 2, and Quake and stuff. Because it's like you either had to press like the number keys on your keyboard, or you had to like press like essentially a switch button over and over until you got to the one you wanted, and the game didn't pause while you did that. I suppose, and then you get to Doom 2016, and it basically does the Ratchet and Clank quick select approach of the game pauses while you switch weapons, and it's on a wheel, and you just like hold the trigger and then pick what you want to use. Yeah, I recently got Doom 2016 on PC, and I haven't played it yet because there's a billion things going on. I can't see a fucking thing. Okay, this game is really dark. And that's after it got lightened up a little bit, because I in order to get this to stream at a consistent frame rate, I basically had to, in order to get this streaming at a consistent frame rate, I had to sample an i420 instead of RGB. So if it looks slightly shitty, that's why. But I doubt any of you guys would notice. I'm the only one who cares about that kind of stuff. Okay. Alright, so escape pod's going off. We need to get off the ship before Captain Keyes tries to safely land it, even though Cortana told him not to do that.
The Covenant are destroying the life pods. They really don't want us on that ring.
Yeah. Let's take a peek at the chat. Alien Resurrection for the PlayStation used dual analog control and was released in 2000, predating Halo by a year. I have heard about that. Sly Cooper needs to make a comeback. I think Sly Cooper needs a reboot, honestly. Let's see. How about you do a roar on other things like movies or books? It's like remakes of movies and remakes of games are different.
Follow the nav point. It will lead you to an opening.
Remakes of movies are different than remakes of games, because it's like with the remake, with like a movie, you have the movie and you watch it, and if it's good, it's gonna be good. Unless if it's gets dated later on or ages poorly, but you know what I mean. It's just like The Lion King is just as good now as it was in 1996.
Let's find a safe exit.
But whereas we didn't need a remake of that with better CG because that doesn't improve the movie. Whereas with the video game, say they could make a remake of The Lion King video game and fix some of the crappy design in it. And that would be better than the original, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if I'm explaining that particularly well, but you get what hopefully you understand what I'm getting at here. Is that, video games can be improved by being remade and re-released and having their issues fixed because you play them and they're interactive, whereas movies are more, I guess, for whatever reason, you know, the better CGI or whatever in the Lion King remake doesn't necessarily make it a better movie, if that makes sense, because there's a lot of things that they screwed up on, like the casting, and the fact that James Earl Jones is like at death's door and doesn't want to act anymore, but Disney got him by the balls. Anyways, Sonic Adventure HD Trilogy. Why not? This looks like an N64 game, no offense. Yeah. Earthworm Jim. Now that would be a combination Remake or Rebreak and cross-platform episode. It'd be called Remake or Rebreak the Kitchen Sink. So basically the first part of it would be a cross-platform episode. We talk about Genesis, SNES, Game Boy, and the special edition the special edition would be cross-platform because it's only like a year or so. And then we'd pick the MVP from the first round of games like that. And then after we pick our MVP, that would be our launching point in terms of talking about the HD version that came out like 20 years later. So it would be essentially Earthworm Jim Special Edition on the Sega CD, which is what I think is the best version of Earthworm Jim Classic versus the HD version. Essentially the best version of the originals versus the remake. And then we'd see how that goes, and yeah. So that's how that would work. And that's pretty much how I think I'll probably do Rayman 2. Rayman 2 will be like the last game I ever play. Or the last game I ever review for Remake or Rebreak or whatever. Because that game has like 50 billion versions. So don't expect it anytime soon, because I think after that I can probably retire. I'm just kidding, but you know what you got what I'm saying. Alright, so we gotta find a way out of here. And for some reason it's playing the Hunters, playing their theme. Like later on we're gonna be... What is that noise? Oh. It's just my thing going off. Looks like someone's trying to contact me on Discord, so I'll take a peek at that in a second during the cutscene. We're almost done with this level, and unlike Clement, I actually said done with instead of done this level, or whatever he... For some reason, I find that Canadians don't like to use prepositions. They like to say, I'm done this game, instead of I'm done with this game, which is the proper English. Ugh, this assault rifle keeps running out of juice right when I need it. And those frame drops are kind of atrocious. I will say that the graphics in this game are a little primitive, but Halo 2 is considerably improved on this on Xbox. So it's like it gets better. And then obviously Halo 3 looked pretty good for the time. Looks like I'm running low on bullets. And I have to... Alright. Yeah, I'm starting to get back in the groove of things here. Alright, looks like we got him, so now we can finish the stage. This is a fun little moment right here. This Marine's like...
Now would be a very good time.
This fragile little Marine is like scared out of his mind. And then Master Chief just pats him on the shoulder and it's just... gives him some depth. Maybe you're reading Discord comments? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. I should be looking at my Twitch stuff as well. Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, Tanuki Jumpman, so... Nope, you died during a Doom 1 cross-platform. Yeah. Anyways, I really want to see a Halo 2 roar more than a roar of this game. Personally, I don't think 343 did a bad job with the game in particular. I think it's where 343 started to find its footing. I don't even think 343 did that much, because, like, as far as I know, they contracted some outside team to make the new graphics for the Anniversary Edition, and then I think they just made the engine that switches between them. Yeah. I mean, if you want to play this, I'd say MCC is an accessible way to play it. It has some... I mean, it's like you could still pick the original soundtrack, you could still play with the original graphics if you want that. And it has much better frame rate than this, and it runs in 1080p. You know, take your pick. XO, were you sad that Rusty Taylor died a few days ago? Yeah, Rusty Taylor... I mean, the Three Musketeers video game... Or, I'm sorry, the Three Musketeers movie from, like, 2003... was something I watched over and over again. So, It's and of course I also watched the House of Mouse and stuff, so there's a lot of stuff with the Minnie Mouse in it that I remember as a kid, so it's kind of unfortunate that to hear about her passing. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody. Usually by now there's somebody from my little space of the YouTube verse who wants to join the stream or whatever. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Let's see. I mean, Hell Jumper, I don't really care if the fuel gel from the Truth and Reconciliation doesn't have the proper lighting effect on it. I don't really care about that. What I care about is that this game doesn't have mouse and keyboard, and it runs at 40p, and it drops a lot of frames. Like, I'd much rather play this on PC with all the patches and stuff, or on MCC with 1080p and the new graphics and stuff. But I don't know, it is what it is. So, why are you bad at this game? I don't know. I mean, certainly I played it enough that I'm getting better at it, but it just is what it is. But that background there is actually pretty nice looking for Xbox, I think, for 2001. This game was originally gonna come out on the Macintosh, and then at some point Microsoft got involved, and then it was gonna be a third-person shooter, and it was gonna have dinosaurs in it. And at some point, very late in the development, it became a first-person shooter, and at some point, it got ported to Xbox. So I think that kind of fucked over the visuals, honestly. Like, the level design is probably what they wanted. And yeah, it probably affected the level design, too, because they probably had to rush it to finish it on time, which is why some of the later levels recycle a lot of stuff. I mean, it's considering all the problems that probably came from that, this game turned out pretty well for what it is. You know, it spawned a series and the games got better and better. Well, it's with Halo 4 and 5, it's debatable if they got better, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like, Reach was a pretty solid game. Halo 3 was a pretty solid game. Halo 2 was better than the first. So, that's what I'm saying. So is this stream retribution for when... You could say that, like, pretty much when I was a kid. So I'll explain the deal with that quote from... Like, Zachary Jones here is asking, so is this stream retribution for when EXO was like, glad I grew up with these games and not Halo Combat Evolved? When I was a kid, growing up and going to school, everybody played on the 360, or there was like one person I knew who had a PS3, but everybody was like playing FPS games on their Xbox. Let's go save Sergeant Johnson real quick. And that's what's really nice about this pistol is that if you can pull off a headshot in the grunts, you can kill them in one hit. It's kind of a broken weapon for something you default to, but anyways. Yeah, so basically, it was always Halo this, Halo that, Call of Duty this, Call of Duty that. And meanwhile, I was playing on the Wii, and I was playing stuff like Mario Galaxy, and, I was the Nintendo guy. I was playing a lot of Nintendo stuff, and it's like, in retrospect, those Wii games have not aged well graphically, but it's just... People always seem to shove the series down my throat, and I didn't really get it at the time. I didn't get the series the way I do now. It was like, once I started digging into the story and the lore and stuff, that was when I started to really appreciate Halo. But at the time, it just seemed like it was always multiplayer, multiplayer, multiplayer. That was all people talked about. That was the reason people liked Halo. It was not because of anything else. It was just because they played it online with their friends. And so at the time I made the original Super Mario Brothers Roar, that was what was happening. But obviously, yes, my opinion has definitely changed. I think this is a good series. You know, this first game has some flaws, but it's, like I said, a lot of them get ironed out in Halo 2. And Halo 3 was pretty solid, at least in gameplay. And the stories were always interesting. So, yeah. There was Conduit if you wanted a multiplayer FPS game for the Wii. Yeah, but it's just, I didn't really, like, the only FPS games I played for a long time. There's supposed to be Covenant ships landing. Where are they? Am I supposed to be talking to Johnson here? Okay. How do you feel about microtransactions when they actually feel optional? Then I don't mind them. The Halo series suffers from the weird problem of the weapon limit is intended to force you to change weapons up, but each game has one hyper-versatile and super effective precision weapon. I think that's definitely true for this game. But with Halo 2, it's like you have the beam rifles and the sniper rifles and stuff, and those were always fun, and the rocket launchers, but you don't get them that often. And usually you have to search around to find them sometimes. Like there's an excellent part in Assault in the Control Room where if you go into like the secret little area, you can get yourself a either a rocket launcher or a sniper rifle. So it's like, oh, you explored, you get the more powerful weapon, and now you can waste the enemies and beat the level quicker. Or you can jump in the Banshee and skip to the end of the level, and that was also pretty cool. So here we got some waves. We gotta fight waves and protect this company of Marines and Sergeant Johnson here from the Covenant. We have landed on a mysterious ring world. We don't know what it is or who made it or where it came from or what its purpose was. Essentially, when the UNSC was escaping Reach, and I believe the Master Chief here was injured during the fall of Reach, and that's why he was in a sleeping tube. And then, essentially, they made a random jump through slip space and ended up here just by pure accident. And, of course, the Covenant followed them. But the Covenant know what this ring is, or at least they think they know. Yeah, so that's kind of what I like about the plot of this first game, is that there's like this theme of discovery. There's like an actual mystery unraveling, and it all has everything to do with like the environments as you play them and stuff. And that's in addition to, you know, like the gunplay here being much more refined than anything that came before it. It's like you can play Quake with like a custom engine and have like mouse and keyboard and stuff, but you know, the game wasn't built like that originally. And the gunplay is kind of, it's just how you kill enemies and whatnot. Anyways, Halo 2 BR is even more broken than the CE pistol. The SMG is also way worse than the CE assault rifle. The plasma... Okay, I'll take your word for it. Spartan laser. It takes too long to charge up, in my opinion. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Would you do a video on them? Why, of course. It's just, people want me to do a billion different things, and they have to decide and stuff. Let's see, that was... Okay, EXO, will you do Roar of Castle of Illusion? Maybe. I need to get my Genesis triple bypassed. Actually, that's in the process. I sent it off to a modder to get installed. This was the only Halo game to have a health bar in addition to shields. What? I thought ODST had a health bar, didn't it? No, you can't sprint in this game. They didn't add that until Halo 5, and then people hated it for some reason. Do you like the direction Halo Infinite is going? I mean, like, we don't know too much about it, but it seems like they're trying to go back to basics. Like, the problem... Halo 5 was just, like, a thoroughly okay game. You know, it's just, like, I can't bring myself to hate it or anything, because it was just... The gameplay was fine, at least in the single player, but the story was kind of silly. Like, I appreciate that they took risks with it, like, especially with who the villain was, the main antagonist of the game. But even then, it's just, like, the kind of retcon, the ending of Halo 4, which I thought was, like, the best part of that game, was the ending... No, that game's kind of weird. It's not a horrible game, but it's just, it was kind of... It seems like it was time to maybe reel back and rethink the direction of the series. And that seems like what Infinite is doing, but what exactly they are going to do with it kind of remains to be seen. I mean, I'm going to get it when it comes out, but I'm going to get... It's coming out on PC, so I'm definitely playing it there. But it's just like, it seems like 343 really has their hands full because they made Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection at the same time, as far as I know. So it's with the same team, and it's just like, talk about being spread too thin and trying to do too much at once. And now they're working on Halo Infinite and porting the Master Chief Collection to PC at the same time, so Not sure it's gonna work out well for them. Anyways. I'll check the chat in a second here, but it's just like, I mean, this part's kind of boring, I guess, but it's really the only part of the game where you're stuck in a location and have to fend off waves. Okay, someone shot me. Where? Okay, there he is. It's this fucking jackal over here. Take that. All right. Will you do a review on Super Paper Mario? Sure, but I'm gonna do the other ones too. Star Fox Zero. I have been severely tempted to do a Whiny Bitch Gamer episode on Star Fox Zero. Severely tempted, but I'm not sure it's a good fit after all, because it's like, I feel like it's too recent, too fresh in the head, too fresh in the minds of people to be really appropriate for WBG, because it's, you know, old wounds and whatnot, or fresh wounds rather. There's Faux Hammer. Get used to her voice. We're gonna be interacting with Faux Hammer a lot. Who is this guy? He looks kind of like Keys, but he's obviously not Keys, because, jeez, look at his face. That's a man who's seen some shit. Anyways, actually, MCC was developed alongside Saber Interactive and United Front Games. Okay, so they made this. So they ported the game. But it seems like it seemed like they were trying to do a little too much at once. So it is encouraging to see at least that with the PC version, they're going to be taking, like I heard part of the reason that Reach is taking so long is that they're trying to actually rebuild Forge with mouse and keyboard controls, which is encouraging. And they want to make sure that they take the time to get that right. So Faux Hammer came over to pick up the Marines here. We're trying to regroup so that we can figure out what happened to the captain, and then we can launch our counter-strike against the Covenant and figure out a way to get out of here. The driving controls take a little getting used to. It doesn't play like any driving game you've ever played. You just kind of like push forward and then use the right stick to steer. It works. Oh, according to Helljumper, they added this line about this cave not being a natural formation because Microsoft is stupid and asked if it was natural. They didn't think people would be able to figure that out on their own, so they had to put this in. And apparently the Covenant is stupid enough to leave their battle network unencrypted, so that's how Cortana gets a bunch of her intel from. Okay, so this is the most complicated the driving gets. Actually, scratch that. There's the ending of the game as well. But look at how fucking dark this is. I could barely see what I'm looking at. Yeah, this game is really dark. And it's like in some spots it fits the atmosphere. But it's just like it makes the game more annoying to play because it's just like I can't turn on my flashlight here. Okay, now I mean, look at how fucking dark this is. I look like I'm staring into like a pit or something. And for some reason, the flashlights are like attached to the end of the gun, so when you reload, you can't see. It's like I could barely make these guys out from the background. Anyways. Welcome to the life of a Sonic fan. It could be cool. Let's see. Now we're talking about Sonic, huh? Exo, I want to spread the good news. The Amico is a retro console with new retro games exclusively for Amico. I don't know if it's your thing, but if it is, you should check it out. Okay, it's got an idea for cross-platform, the True Crime games. I'm not gonna say no, but it's just like I've never heard of them before. Then again, that's what Klonoa was. But that marathon wasn't also particularly successful. Like, people who liked Klonoa watched it and appreciated it. But, you know, the views... It's like, if the Remake or Rebreak name isn't on it, then people don't want to watch it. Which is kind of why I started cross-platform, so that I could review more games and do version comparison stuff, because apparently that's what people want. But... you know, and still have people watch, because otherwise people don't care for whatever reason. And it has to, if it doesn't have their favorite logo on it, people aren't interested. That's what the black button is for. Okay, it's been a while since I played the original. Alright, got him, and yeah, so if you're wondering why I got out of the car, there's like a bridge, and we have to press a switch to, and we have this super elite right here. Ah, hell. Now in real life, you'd be fucked if that went off that close to you. Because grenades suck in fantasy media. Like, grenades literally have a thing called like a kill zone. Like if you're within a certain number of feet of it, like I think like 50 feet or 25 feet, and you're within that zone, you're dead because the shrapnel hits you and kills you. But then you play video games and it's just like, unless the enemies are like right next to it, it doesn't work. Anyways, nice to see you stream. Well, thanks for joining, Quantum Surge. Or Quantum Surge, rather. Let's see. I'll give you some Phoenix down, give it to something like that. The old dancing far. Have you seen the Cortana audio clips hidden in the Infinite teaser? I have not. But it's just like, I'm not sure, it's because it's like spoilers for Halo 5. Cortana was the bad guy. Which was, I applaud the risk. It didn't really work. Like, I appreciate them being willing to basically pull Luke Skywalker from Last Jedi and whatnot and do something unexpected with the character, essentially. And her motivation made enough sense. I don't know, it left on a weird cliffhanger. And it's just like, I had no idea where the game was going after that. And then it's just like, you look at the Infinite trailer and it seems like they're not following up immediately after Halo 5, and apparently there were some books that describe immediately what happened after Halo 5, where the Master Chief reunites with the Arbiter to his fight. Last we knew was fighting on Sang Helios. That was probably the best part of Halo 5, was seeing Sang Helios. Which, in case you didn't know, Sang Helios are the technical term for elites. So you go to the elite home planet, and it's like a desert planet, and it has like a water city in it too, and it's like there's some fun set pieces there, and I liked exploring Sang Helios. That was fun. It was like the best part of the game. Anyways, and then the music swells as you come out to this open area, and it's just like a chunk of the game's main theme. Anyway, so from here the level opens up. There are, I believe, 3 places we need to go and rescue some more Marines. So you go in, you rescue the Marines, you kill some Covenant guys, and then once you save everybody, you move on to the next level. So, the structure of the level gets a bit confusing for my taste. Like, I've played this before, so I know where I'm going, but yeah. Oh, and I think there's a sniper rifle up here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Anyways, book explained what happened right after Halo 5 ended. It would have been great if they just put it in the game instead. Yeah, they probably rushed it. I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's kind of like Halo 2 also ends on a cliffhanger, but you kind of know where it's going. Like, you know, the Prophet of Truth is still at large. He's headed to Earth. There's something on the Earth that the Covenant wants. You know, it's like, you knew where Halo 3 was going to go, more or less, but with Halo 5, it's just like the way it ended. I'm not sure what the hell they were going to do next. I guess the guy with the turret killed all the mooks. Anyways, Halo 2 earned its cliffhanger, sure. And I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, it doesn't really matter as much now, because you could just play the 3rd game immediately afterwards, but it's just like with 5... Okay, what happens next? I'm not sure. Anyways, he likes the Werehog from my knowledge, which is a majority of the game. I've never seen his Sonic 2 video. Let's see. Please review every single video game ever at the same time. Exode said he won't review any more Sonic games after Unleashed. He's expecting a 3D blast. I might do Sonic Colors, but then I have to play the Sonic Rush games, and I really don't want to play those. I'll see. Sonic DS Trilogy. Oh, speaking of the Sonic DS, Sonic Rush games. Yeah. Duke Nukem is a massive disappointment, but I had fun playing the game. I laughed at most of the jokes. Thoughts on Terraria? Now, Terraria is one of Eric's favorite games of all time. I have not played it at all, and I know nothing about Terraria. So, hit Eric up on... Well, look at that. That's actually a pretty nice looking skybox there. And like, if you look up, you can see the ring going around. And then you can see the planet that it's orbiting over there. Oh, there's some Covenant mooks over there. So what's nice is if you have the sniper rifle, you can then come over here on this ridge and just take them out. It's just fun. Yeah, that Jackal's dead as shit. And you have a couple of those. Only problem is that leaked can shoot you from the sky, so... Alright, where are the rest of them? Ah, we got ourselves a Jackal here. I'm gonna save my sniper rifle ammo for the... It's one thing I do kind of hate about this game is it takes a little too long to reload for my liking sometimes. There's like a little hole in the Jackal shield, and if you can like aim a shot through it, you can kill him. It's a bit tricky. Oh, I died. Well, I was hoping that it would take a little longer than that, but... I guess I could just immediately got to the checkpoint. Will WBG return? I want to, but it's just like everybody... You see all these requests I have for videos? Nobody has time for the WBG when they want their Bowser's Inside Story roar and stuff. And I'm saying? I'm not sure it's something people really want. But then again, people don't particularly want my Let's Play channel when I do that anyway, so... Anyways, what he says about most classic Sonic, blah blah blah, Sonic 2 and mobile haven't beaten it about 30 times at least. Why are you pushing with a sniper? Make an hour-long review of a speck of dust. Will you do a cross-platform of Sonic 3 last? Yeah, CE had some amazing skyboxes. I hate anniversaries. I command you to make the videos I want, lol. Let's see. Will you do a cross-platform of Sonic 3 Blast one day? I need to get a Saturn first. Like, I really do want a Saturn. But the fucking things are like $90, and it's just like, it's the Saturn. It's like the console is like, there are good games, good exclusive games on the Saturn. Like Panzer Dragoon and Clockwork Knight and Mr. Bones. Not so much Mr. Bones, but still. It's like I shot that guy in the head like 10 times and he didn't die. Told you I suck at this game. Alright, where'd you go, Mr. Elite? There you are. Yeah, this game definitely plays better with the mouse. And up until recently, I hadn't even learned to play with the mouse before. Alright, take that. I was hoping I would get that other one, but I guess I missed him. Anyways, there is a PC port of 3D Blast. I'm gonna have to review that too, because that's the thing about cross-platform. I've got to do everything. That's what people want. It's like when I post other reviews that don't have Remake or Rebreak in the title, and people don't watch them. What that tells me is one of two things. One, people only care about the logo, or two, people really like version comparisons, and that's what they want to see. And that's what cross-platform is all about. That's what people want, apparently. And it's just like, I'll give people what they want, but it's just... Yeah, you know, it's just like, I wish that they would be like a little bit more upfront about why it is that they want it, or why they weren't interested. You know, it is what it is. The life of a content creator is a fickle life. PC version of Sonic Blast is the Saturn version. Yeah, but it's just like, I've got to do the Saturn version, I've got to do Genesis, I've got to do PC. That's what people are going to be wanting. And I guess I could throw in Sonic Blast in the Game Gear, because why not? It's basically... It's not the same game, but it's like inspired by 3D Blast, and you know, review Eminem's kart racing on Wii. Sure, I have the Wii Dual. I can get you the highest quality Eminem kart racing footage you've ever seen on the internet. It's like that leaked flew off. I'm not using a Duke controller. I'm using the Xbox controller S. I don't remember what it's called. It's the one that looks like a 360 controller. Well, you do a cross-platform on the Toy Story games. I have been interested in doing that, actually. And definitely Toy Story 2. Probably Toy Story 1 if I can get my hands on the PC version. Yes, there was a PC version of Toy Story 1. And it's like the same game and stuff. And it has the best music, but the graphics look a little shitty. I definitely shot you with like a sniper bolt and you're still alive, Jackal. Can't believe that gunner is still alive. Anyways, eventually Faux Hammer will show up and we can move on to the next area, I think. Yep, there's Faux Hammer. Okay, let's go jump in our...
We read you, Echo 419. We have survivors and need
Anyways.
immediate dust off.
John Burton of Game Hut, one of the original devs, made a director's cut of 3D Blast. So when you say director's cut, does that mean that he like changed some of the level design, or did he update the graphics, or what exactly happened there? Because I'll probably have to cover it as well, depending on what it is. There's the exit there. We're gonna drive this way. The PC version of Toy Story 2 is the best. Until you get to Emperor Zurg and he's unplayable. That's the problem there. I think my favorite's probably the N64 version. But it's not that clear cut, honestly. It's like they all have things above the others. I just hate the fucking FMV cutscenes in the other versions of Toy Story 2. Like, I much prefer the comic book cutscenes from the N64 version. It's like you watch those and it's like they dub over some of the voice actors. Like, they couldn't get Wallace Shawn, they couldn't get the rights to Wallace Shawn's voice from the movie, and they couldn't get the rights to Wayne Knight from the movie, so they had to like dub over Rex and Al. And it's just like the quality is fucking terrible, and the clips always have nothing to do with anything. So yeah. The only real drawback to N64 is the frame rate, but I'm hearing from Retropolis Zone that it has the Glover PS1 problem, where it's like they made the resolution too big on PlayStation, so it drops a whole bunch of frames. Speaking of which, did any of you guys watch the Glover video? It's like it was kind of insane. Like I thought that Glover was gonna be a sleeper hit, because it's just like people know about that game, but they haven't played it. You know what I mean? People are interested in it, and there is that subgroup of people who have who actually did play it and really like it and like to watch videos about it. So I was expecting it to do well, and then it didn't. I mean, it did fine. It did acceptable, but it's just like, and then I post the Banjo-Kazooie roar, and it outpaces Glover in like 2 days. So I don't know what to make of that. It's either people were far more interested in Banjo-Kazooie, or they like the fact that the roar logo was in the thumbnail, or it was both. I don't really know how much of which is which. It's not like I can do like a survey and ask people, you know. So who knows how many people are actually going to answer, if I can get a good sample and whatnot. Let's see. Kind of want to buy Glover for N64 now. I love the glove. I watched it as well. Well, that's great. Oh, I love the Glover vid. One of my favorites. Oh, that's good. It's like a lot of people I've met who did watch it were like, it was kind of interesting to watch a video about a game they kind of knew about but hadn't played and whatnot, and see like, oh, that's kind of interesting that game does that. That was basically what Haydox was telling me, is that he knew nothing about Glover, then he watched the video and he's just like, well, it's kind of interesting how like the Crystal Kingdom becomes a hellscape when all the crystals are gone and whatnot. Anyways. Man, these fucking elites are... There you go, got him. Trying to finish him off with sniper bolts, that I can then come in and use my assault rifle on these guys. Ah, hell. Guy has a kneeler. I better hang back and charge with shields. I mean, I like Roar and your individual reviews equally. Games with more recognition tend to get more views. Right. Exode, To give some advice, whenever you criticize something, I feel like you should add some ways to improve on it with a mod or sequel. Yeah, I mean, like usually I do that. Maybe because Ant Dude posted a Glover video shortly before. Actually, my video came out first, as far as I know. And then, because I remember, my review was already out, and then he said, Glover's next, or whatever, and then people are like, Nitrorad and Exo beat you to it. Anyways. Wish they were to be able to do Glover 2. Well, they're finishing Glover 2. Or at least Pico Interactive was going to. Do a roar on a dinosaur game so you could put roar in the thumbnail, lol. I'm considering the PS1 version of Glover. First, watch Catacrys's. Then I realized now that Catty sort of neglects other versions of certain games, including Glover. During the Glover video, I'm surprised you didn't talk about the race section in one of the space levels, because I had... Race section? You're talking about that part in Space 2, where you have to press the switch and then go to the other end of the level? I didn't think that was impossible at all. I mean, the timing's a bit tight, so you have to be quick about it, but it's not impossible. It's just like a little challenge, you know? I didn't have a problem with it on PS1 over the others. Yeah. Hey, Faux Hammer, can I get some health back? Okay, I guess... Alright, I guess that guy's not getting in the car. Alright, so we have one more section to do. And then that'll be that. Oh, there's my health. Jump out here real quick and grab that. And because Eric's not here, I can take my time. See, that's how it works. Okay, I pressed the wrong button. Alright, I believe it's where I want to go this way. And that'll take me to the cliff area. So, see, much like Alec Baldwin, we fell off the cliff, and the giant cat tower. Cat in the Hat's a weird film, but it's a great film. Go watch the 2004 live-action Cat in the Hat film. It's the best film of all time. You'll love it. Trust me.
The good news is the captain is still alive. The bad news is that the Covenant have captured the entire surviving command crew.
Let's see.
Let's hurry and find the final lifeboat so we can link up with the rest of the survivors.
Basically, Cortana's figured out what happened to the captain, and we're gonna go rescue him next. But first, we gotta go finish rescuing the Marines. Whew, it is warm in here. I'm sweating bullocks. Yeah, that's a nice looking skybox. I think the water's even animated. Look at that. I mean, it's low res and whatnot, but it looks good. But yeah. I remember that movie as a kid. That was something else. Indeed it was. Yeah, wish he at least mentioned the other versions of Glover, because honestly, I love that visual storytelling. Anyways, oh, there's a guy up here. Shoot him real quick. Alright, got him. Yep, I'm back in the groove of things. I can aim and shoot just fine now. Usually it takes me a little while to adjust. Okay, there's someone just shot at me. I can't see it. Oh, it's you. I gotcha. Alright. Now we can take care of these. Anyways, anyone ever played Munch's Odyssey? That was like the first Xbox game I ever played, was Munch's Odyssey. And apparently it's like the worst Oddworld game or something. I don't know about that, but... I haven't played Munch's Odyssey in like Dragon's Age. Oh, I didn't know that this song played here. I always forget little details like that. Anyways. Looks like we got a couple more of these jokers lying around. How many assault rifle bullets did I hit you with and you're still kicking? Alright, there's probably an elite up here. Alright, looks like I need to go downstairs. Yeah! Give me the salute stuff. Talk about ragdoll physics. Anyways. Whew. I didn't see him He was kind of blended in with the background. I thought there were supposed to be guys down here. Alright. Alright, Foehammer's coming in to pick us up, and then we're done this level. See what I did there? I said it the Canadian way. It's like not every Canadian does that, but I have noticed a disturbing pattern where every time someone does do that, they are Canadian. So it's like some kind of weird slang or whatever. Alright, there's Foehammer. I might need to open a window after this because I'm sweltering in here.
There's our ride. Get aboard and let's get out of here. Welcome aboard, Master Chief. Ready for dust off.
Alright, we're done with this level. Okay, I've heard a bunch but never played it. Do a roar in Game Max versus Inversecast plays. LaMayo. Actually, Ant Dudes was almost a year earlier. No thanks, I don't enjoy masochism. Let's see. Roar Castlevania versus 64. Let's see. EXO, here are 2 ways to improve the treasure hunting levels in SA2. 1, add the SA1 radar back, and 2, adding a map so players won't get lost. The map I can agree with. Like, I think what they should have done, like, say if they were to make into Sonic Adventure 3, what I think they should do is have the easy mode version, because it's like in SA2 there were like easy and hard versions of each level, right? The easy mode version would have the SA1 radar, and then the hard version would have SA2. And it would work that way, or whatever. Stranger's Wrath is definitely a better game. There's a GBA version of Munch's Odyssey? Reviewing Kingdom Hearts 1 with cross-platform, that would be Remake or Rebreak, friend. And I'd probably just do the original versus the PS4 version, because there's no reason to get the final mixed version on PS3 when you can play it on PS4 and 4K and stuff, so... yeah, it's the same game. They just ported it to PS4 or whatever. Yeah. Now, I know that this is supposed to be nighttime. But why is it so fucking dark? I can't even see where I'm going. Like, I might need to change it to full range in my TV just to be able to see what I'm doing. It probably won't help. Yeah, that's much better. I can actually see now. Let's take out this fucker in the... oh, there isn't anyone in the... how did they see me? I mean, come on. That's not fair. Okay. Night vision. There is night vision on the thing, but it's not that useful. Yeah, people have been... I am gonna do Banjo on GBA, Grunty's Revenge.
Stick to the higher ground to the right. You should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next pass.
Alright, so...
using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for...
so the first chunk of this level is kind of adds some stealth elements in.
The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
Yeah, I probably should have gone for the Jackal instead in retrospect, but... it would definitely be a lot easier to do this if I had a mouse and keyboard, but you know, that is what it is. I'm gonna go over here and take out that guy on the turret, and then we'll take the turret for ourselves. And then we'll... the only thing is that this turret kind of has shitty range. Like, I find that it stops well short of its target sometimes and whatnot, but you know, it is what it is. I can save some of my sniper bolts for later. Man, it is sweltering in here. Like, I love this game room, I really do, but the ventilation is really a problem. Like, I feel like I'm dying of heat stroke right now. Alright. Ooh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen. You see that fucker just jumped right off the cliff and killed himself. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright.
Motion tracker shows movement around the next bend.
How did those guys not hear all the explosions and stuff? Alright, let's kill him. And then all of a sudden it goes into under the cover of night. Right in the middle of a fight sequence. It's not very appropriate. Anyways. Okay. Can't even see what I'm supposed to be shooting at. They remixed this song like 100 times in Halo 3. Not that I'm complaining because it's good, but you know what I'm saying. Gotcha, you jackal. It's like they could only get Seth Green to voice everybody. Alright, got him. Looks like that's all of them for now. Except for whoever's coming this way. Look at that. That is a very nice looking skybox, I must say. Oh, you can even see the Truth and Reconciliation from here. That's a nice touch. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick swig of voltage real quick. Hey EXO, what's up? I'm playing this game, that's what's up. Do a game room tour. I think I did, it's on my Twitter. But that was probably a few months ago, so it's hard to find. Hello, Ginger Conquer. Thanks for joining us. Oh, it looks like someone pinged me on Discord. Oh. Nobody wants to join. That's unfortunate. Usually when I do the... What am I even looking at? Okay. Alright. The textures... Let's see if I can... That's not a very smart place to set up that gun if it's... Alright, now we can... It's like they can shoot me from all the way over here, but I can't seem to hit them very well. Okay, so I can hit them. Yeah, I better get down, take cover. I'm gonna die. Oh, I just barely squeezed through there. That's what she said. Twitch stream died for a second. Do you play any multiplayer games? Not really. I don't think EXO wants to answer. Answer what? Do you beat the game for each version for a roar, or just enough for a general impression? I try to beat them. Unless if it's something I really hate, like Bowser's Minions, Minion Quest or whatever from Superstar Saga. Like, I hated that so much that I couldn't finish it, but I did finish the main game. You know what it is? That's what it is. Anyways, let's see. Nuts and Bolts is my second favorite BK game. I haven't actually played Nuts and Bolts. So, I don't know, do you guys want to see a review of that after Grunty's Revenge? Or do people care if I review Banjo Pilot or not? Looks like we... Oh no, those are Marine reinforcements. Okay. And these Covenant fuckers are out for blood. Alright, let's go take care of those jackals real quick. It's warm in here. I think this will probably be the last level for tonight, guys. I say when we're only like a fourth of the way done at best. Alright, looks like there's a couple more grunts over here. And we got a leaked. Which means that we got more... Where is he? How do I get up there? Oh, looks like someone shot him. Good. Whew, I have a lot of sniper bolts. I should start using them, maybe. The problem is that those fucking jackals are, you know... I mean, sniper rifles are really satisfying to use, but the only problem is that, the enemies tend to move around a lot, so it's hard to land a hit on them with, sniper rifles. So they're fun, but they're harder to use, which is good balancing. Oh, looks like I found a camouflage. That fucking grunt was like running against a wall. Alright. Okay, Banjo Nuts and Bolts isn't a good Banjo-Kazooie game, but it is a great game on its own. Mikey, please, play Nuts and Bolts. No, I didn't realize Mr. Titanic was here. Ethan. But you guys didn't know that's Ethan from Game Mavericks. He's joined in to watch me play the Halo on the corn box. This is what a corn box game looks like, Ethan. Oh, I killed myself. It's like, come all the way back here. Fam. Anyway, let's see if I can't. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for spoiling my ambush. Stupid AI. And then this guy up here isn't gonna get away, because he got that sniper bolt there. I hate the corn box. Will you do a cross-platform review for at Gex 2 and Gex 3? It's like I'm not opposed to that. No, I don't know when it would be because I don't own any of the games, and I think that Gex 1 is like on the 3DO, so I'd have to get a 3DO and then bought it for RGB and get a cable. It's just like, fuck that. Yeah, I'm running low on... Let's see if this needler can't even the odds a little bit. Oh man, those guys... They really wanted that grenade to hit its mark. Alright, can I get... They just sit there and take pot shots at you. Alright. You got reinforcements coming in. Alright, die. I guess that wasn't enough needler ammo for you. Die. There we go, got him. And grab some more ammo here. Grab the active camo and just book it. That's actually a fantastic idea. Let me go do that real quick. Alright. Alright, I'm invisible. So now we can go run over to this area and start fighting them hunters. And that guy took a lot of abuse. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, got him. Oh! And that was painful. And I'm back here again! Fabulous. Alright, let's see if I can't take him out before Fucker Jones. Nope. Fucker Jones just can't wait a second for me to take him out first, even though that's what Cortana told him to do. Anyways. How much is an LSSC? About 170? You said you modded your RGB for SCART, but why? Higher quality video, that's why. Because you need to get the highest quality analog signal you can get from the console before you start converting it to digital for recording, so that's why. That's why I modded my N64. Because it looks better. As someone who didn't grow up with BK, I really do want a remake for these. Imagine it being called the Jiggy Duo. That'd be fun. Gex 1 and Gex 2 also has PC versions, but Gex 1 has a Saturn port. We tried rolling around at the speed of sound. What's something you would do once you hit 100k? Well, what's something like really annoying that I wouldn't want to do that people would want to see? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe that can be when I do the Rayman 2 cross-platform episode. Like, I'm trying to aim at this guy and shoot at him, but I can't because people keep interrupting me. Because it's like in real life, if you were staring down the barrel of a sniper rifle and you got shot, you wouldn't stop looking down the barrel. Especially if you were wearing armor that prevents you from dying in one hit. Anyways. So I'm gonna play the safe route and just kill everybody first, so... Actually, that wasn't really the problem last time. The problem last time was that those needler bullets did me in. Alright. Yeah, take that. Alright. Looks like I'm out of bullets for this. I'm gonna need to swap it out for something. Alright, that guy had bullets. Let's take a quick peek at the chat. Hello, EXO. Hello there, Blue Jade Spitfire. Never actually seen the Halo loading screen before. Can we talk about how your YouTube channel URL has nut in the string? I don't know what to say about it. We'll be seeing a future LP involving Spyro Reignited Trilogy. If people really want it, sure. Remake of... Now that's a lot of damage. Phil Swift. Cross-platform on Enter the Dragonfly. Yes. It looks like Mr. Titanic posted something. Mikey, when will you sink a tinfoil ship in the bathtub? Not anytime soon. Mikey, do a roar of Battletoads on the NES and Battletoads on the Wii. Not a good thing to grow up with Burger King, lol. Everything in moderation, folks. BK Joe. I tried BK Joe, it's not that good. Eric Xander 11. What about E Xander 11? Anyway, where am I? Gotta lay down suppressing fire on the left flank. Yeah, you gotta love that. The moment I look down at my scope, the fuckers shoot me. Over there! Get him. It's like if you do a melee in the middle of a reloading animation, then it's just like... Then it's like it interrupts the loading, the reload. Then you have to like do it again. Whatever. Okay. Man, I need to open a window or something. I'm like dying here. I'm gonna give you a tip, says Aviv. Alright, what's the next part of that, Aviv? Okay. Have you ever wondered why YouTube chat is painful to look at? Oh, he's talking to Twip, sorry. Alright, looks like everyone's dead, so we can move on. Now would be a good time to give me a checkpoint video game. There we go. Oh yeah, it's like, it is possible to skip through here, but it's kind of like more trouble than it's worth, honestly. Yeah, take that. I'm very pleased with the outcome of that situation. Oh, and then until these guys came out of nowhere. Right, so we got miniguns, we got turrets, we gotta go take out the turrets before we can get into the Truth and Reconciliation and rescue Captain Keyes. Alright. Kinda hard to see in 40p. There you go, got that one. I just gotta get the other. There we go. Alright. Gonna take out these guys real quick. Alright, we got more mooks coming in. Take care of them real quick. I'll behind cover here. Is this a legendary run? No. Good time to give me a checkpoint video game, he says. You watch any Halo YouTubers? Not really. Can you do a Larry Boy in the Bad Apple PS2 and GBA cross-platform? When could you do a Metroid Zero mission video? Well, my NES is getting modded with the dejitter mod right now, and then it should be up on the air. That's like one of the few, that's like one game I've wanted to do forever, but I haven't been able to record NES well enough for it. So, within about 2 weeks or so, I should have the console back and modded properly. Jesus Christ, they're ganging up on me. There you go, got him. Whew, oh, that was hairy. I swear I'm really gonna retire after this. And take care of those mooks. Any idea when the Tui Roar will be ready? I'm aiming to have that released at the end of the month. So, like, I'm gonna try for a monthly release schedule, guys. I'm going to try my hardest. Who knows how well... Jesus Christ, the frame rate. Alright. That did the trick. We cleared out some of them. Oop. Shot that guy by accident. Alright. So eventually, some... Jesus. Look at them. They just keep coming. Alright. Alright, got him. Alright, now the hunters should show up, I hope. And they're actually some of the easiest enemies in the game when you know how to fight them. Okay. There's some damn good... Can you do a Sonic Colors cross-platform? Yes, I will do a remake or rebreak for Halo. Yes, Majora's Mask is something I want to do. I just wanted to give myself some time away from the Ocarina of Time video, because Jesus Christ. The Ocarina of Time video was like one of the hardest videos I've ever worked on, just because the game, in my opinion, was just that boring. Alright, so here's how you take care of hunters. They seem tough, and they can wreck your shit in a few seconds if you let them, but basically all you need to do is just keep running around them and shooting them in the back, and they'll die pretty quickly, so. And it works in all the games as far as I know. So, oh, and plasma pistols and plasma rifles work really well on them too, so that's another option if you have one of those. So yeah, that takes care of that. Now I can finally go up to the ship. Does Eric have his own channel on YouTube? If so, what's it called? It's called Ezander11. EZANDER11.
No, it can't be true. I could fly if I wanted to.
For the BK remakes, would y'all want Rare Platonic to make it? I mean, it doesn't have to be either of them. You can get somebody else. Like, they didn't have the original developers remake the Spyro and Crash games, and they turned out fine. When will you do a Mario and Luigi? Like, people really want that video, but I keep saying this. I want to do Partners in Time first. I was gonna do Partners in Time right after Superstar Saga, but then the great hard drive wipe of October 2018 happened, and I lost all my footage of Partners in Time. So I've been putting off replaying it, so I need to replay that first and do the review. I have a script written up already. My opinion probably won't change, but I need to do that and then release that video.
I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder.
No.
No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here. I think maybe nobody's home.
There's supposed to be a thing to heal yourself with. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing about the energy sword guys, is you need to kill them quick. And I mean quick, otherwise they are gonna wreck your shit. You will die in like a second if they hit you with that sword, so. Not that you guys are looking for advice from someone who's self-describedly sucks at this video game, but you know what I'm saying. Die. Yeah, those guys took a lot of hits. Hey. Can you don't swear too much? Huh? I don't understand. I'm going to guess that English is probably not your first language, but, you know. Okay. Let's see. Like, I don't know, I've been trying to cut back on the swearing, you know. It's just old habits die hard, I don't know what to say. Alright, take that. How is this guy still kicking? Let's read the chat. Okay, someone else needs to make a new Banjo-Kazooie game and Conquer game because Bear isn't doing anything with them. Q Energy Sword Elite. I really want to see cross-platform of Mickey Mania. Mickey Mania is a very short, fun game. Yeah, I think Retropolis reviewed that once. There's an active camo in that room. Bust down the game. Yes, Matthew Dadoon, this is the original Xbox version. Exa, what would you say is the least enjoyable part of making reviews? That would be editing the voiceover. That's the worst part. Got it. Okay. And it's playing like the drum beat version of the Halo theme right now. Alright, looks like we can go that way. Wait, can we? No, we just gotta kill these guys. Yeah, so yes, the ship is indeed crawling with Covenant mooks. They were just using active camo to disguise themselves. Alright, checkpoint. So now we gotta figure out a way further than the ship. Okay, so they're gonna go there and wait for me to open the door from the other side. So we gotta go figure out which of these doors will open. Now that the Marines aren't in the way, hopefully things will get a little easier. Okay. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game, if you couldn't tell. Or it was when it was playing, now it's not playing. It's called Covenant Dance. One of my favorite parts of this game is when you get to the control room and open the door and there's just like a crowd of Covenant enemies in there. And then it's just like, you open the door and it goes boom, 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 boom. Take that, you fuck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I swore again. Jeez, these guys just keep coming and coming. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I agree voice editing is a pain, and I suck at it. Let's see. Basically... Oh, okay, so which game are they talking about? I'm curious. Cross-platform on ukulele, there's basically no difference between versions. There's no point for that to be cross-platform. GameCube Plus. Who's GameCube Plus? What was he talking about? But you do Aurora Diddy Kong Racing. That's a Rebreak? That feels like one of those games. Like, I haven't played it yet, but I get the feeling that's just one of those, they took something from my childhood and they've changed it slightly, so therefore it's bad. You know what I mean? Not because, like, the remake's actually bad or anything, or that the music... Like, people say the music sounds bad, and I totally disagree. It sounds different than what you're used to. That doesn't mean it's bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll play it, and maybe people will be 100% on point, and it's a big piece of shit. Who knows? But it is... That's kind of one of the reasons I started doing Remake or Rebreak, was to, like, defend versions like games that are actually like that, where people just... You know, Super Mario Advance is bad because it's not the version I grew up with, so therefore it's bad. You know what I mean? So I reviewed it to say, like, no, I actually think the music sounds pretty good. I like the changes they made. It makes the game better than Super Mario Bros. 2 on NES or SNES. Stuff like that. There are advantages to those versions. They have their own things going for them. They play pretty well. They're not that bad. Because it's like, the thing about rebreaks is... You know, there's a reason why I have 5 different score categories, because there are different degrees of remakes being improved or not improved, you know, living up to their full potential and whatnot. Like, rebreaks are... A rebreak would be Earthworm Jim on GBA. A rebreak would be Earthworm Jim 2 on GBA. That's a horrible remake. You know what I'm saying? Like, once they're, like, actively broken in just, like, the worst things. Like, have absolutely nothing going for them. Stuff like that, but yeah. So that's why I have the reprise category, that's why I have the remaster category, that's why I have the replace category. So we can look at all these different re-releases and say, like, yes, it addressed this and this and this, but there's this and that drawback and whatnot, so yeah. That's why I still have the ranking system. Anyways. It's okay. Super Mario 64 DS and Conquer Live and Reloaded are the most underrated remakes. It has weird touch controls. Let's look. By using the DS mic or the second screen to boost before it raced, like it was so bad. Let's see. Like, I'd have to play it, Lord X Mugen. Me and Rose Reviews both want to know how you got the idea for your channel's username. Random. Like, my original name was Shadow Link something or other. So that was, like, the original, I had shot footage for the original Luigi's Mansion video where I called myself that, and then at the last minute I changed it to Exo Paradigm Gamer. And basically it means, like, exo as in exoskeleton, and paradigm as in, like, a worldview. So it's supposed to be like I'm outside the normal worldview. It's like Latin words that mean that. That's where it came from. Covenant Dance is the song's name. Favorite Mario game? We haven't had a good Rebreak in a long time. That's an excellent point. Because it's like I could play more Rebreaks for the show, but it's just like people want, like you see all these requests I get. Like, everybody wants me to do Bowser's Inside Story on Remake, Rebreak, and stuff. And it's just like, people don't want to see me do Earthworm Jim 2 and talk about how bad the GBA version is. So it's not like there aren't bad remakes out there. It's just that people don't care about the games. And it's just like, with all the requests I get, I gotta, answer those requests at least some of the time, Cross-platform on Into the Dragonfly is definitely something I want to do. Because you know what it is? Well, if we get a Diddy Kong Racing Roar, then we need a CTR Roar. I feel like you mentioned this in the 2018 Inversecast episode. But Exo, have you played Celeste? I have not played Celeste. Yeah, yeah. But there is... Oh, there are more comments I have not read yet. RS64 DS. Mikey, check your phone. I guess Ethan wants to join, maybe. Yeah, I'm sure he can tag along. Oh no, he just sent me an attachment. What did Ethan send me? Looks like it's probably Simpsons meme. No, it's Cat Nana. He sent me Cat Nana. Okay. Check your phone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's go ahead and look back at the thingy. Do you have an organized method on finding specific video game clips for your reviews? Basically, like, sometimes I take notes and timestamps. So it's like if I'm playing a video game and I'm like, oh, that's a frame drop right there. I'll put like a time code on a document, on a Word document, and so that when I have to go back and find clips of frame drops and stuff when I'm talking about the performance, I can find that easily. Other times it's just like, well, I'm talking about like the combat in Banjo-Kazooie here. Here's a clip of me hitting some enemies, So I try to mix it up too. So I try not to show the same level or area of the game 2 times in a row or too close together, so that it's it's like I'm showing off the whole game and it's just like not a billion clips of Mumbo's Mountain. Then I guess I'll do Mad Monster Mansion. No, it's just like I did that level last. Which level have I not had a clip from in a while? I'll go there and find something that works. But sometimes the clip I'm looking for just isn't there. So I have to go do a different level, so yeah, there's not really a... Oh, looks like Oh, yeah, I've got to go open the door for those Marines, don't I? I mean, I guess you can leave them there if you want. They don't really help you that much. Yeah. Man, I have so many sniper bolts left, but it's just like, this level doesn't really work with them. Send him a text mention. Okay, you said my name right. Oh, whoa. I didn't grow up with Mario 64 DS, therefore it's bad. XD, the thumbnail is DKC. Play Celeste on stream. Cross-platform on Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I feel like the Wii version's Remake or Rebreak. I feel like it is, because it was long enough. At least for Prime 1 and Prime 2, but I would like to talk about those games. It's like there's so many games I want to talk about. What Roar video did you hate making the most? It was probably Ocarina of Time. Because it's just like, especially recently, people have been saying like, God, why do you have to complain about Ocarina of Time in every video you make? And it's just like, the reason was producing that video was such a slog. It was like, I was so goddamn bored with that game. It's just like, I feel like I tried to be as fair to it as I could, but it's just like, that game really, like the only part of that game I particularly like are the dungeons, and everything else I think is boring. Like really, really, really boring. And having to play that game like 4 times really was just the worst thing. And then people wonder why it is that I can't stand the text speed. Well, yeah, if you have to play that game like twice back to back, first on N64 and then on GameCube, and then you can't skip the dialogue at all, and you have to sit through the same shit over and over again, and everything is like way too slow, then of course you're not gonna like it. Of course I'm gonna complain about it. It's like I feel like I earned the right to complain about that after having sat through that. It's like, if you like Ocarina of Time, more power to you. I don't have a problem with that. Even in my review, I said it was a good game, but geez. That game does not have any replay value for me, in my opinion. Notice I said for me, not for you. You could have a lot of replay value for it. I didn't. I thought it did not hold up that well on multiple playthroughs. So yeah, that was the one I hated working on the most. I feel your pain, Mike. MM is the next CP. XO, I always wonder why Donkey Kong spazzes out and makes a weird noise when he's tied up in DKC2. You know why? Well, he's supposed to be like he's struggling. And don't you miss them Halo days? What's going to be your next licensed remake or rebreak? That's an excellent question. Are you almost done with the game designer school you started not that long ago? Well, that's an interesting question, Danny Ben S. Is that I started my first term at... I mean, I could probably just say the school. I was at Art Institute of Seattle, right? Then it's just like, during my very first quarter at Art Institute, the school closed down. And it's just like, well, fuck. So then I had to go find another school to go to. And that took a couple months, and I had to apply and stuff, so I'm all set to go to a new school starting in September. Which is why I'm trying to get videos out now while I can, because I'm going to be really busy when I start there. Well, shit. I haven't been able to... Mikey, more texts your way. So, Ethan just sent me like 4 more messages. Let's take a peek. EXO is here to review your games. A couple of videos of Steve Corpola and a Gary Busey penis shooting soapy water into someone's eyes. I heard you like Ganondorf in the story. Mine its presentation. Yeah, I mean, like... You think the Prime games are war? I would say so. It's been long enough between the original releases. Would you say Twilight Princess is worth playing? I finished the second dungeon and I think it's just okay. So with Twilight Princess, I think it gets better in the back half of the game. I think most people agree with that, because that's when the game gets more dungeon to dungeon, and the dungeons get better, but it's just... I'd say that if you aren't convinced on it by now, Ginger Conquer, I don't think you're going to change your mind. You can probably drop the game. The Ragdoll and Halo games are weird. So it's like, there were things I did like about Ocarina of Time, and I pointed them out in my review when I made it. Where am I? Did I die? Oh, I guess I died. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, how is that elite still alive? Anyways. Ethan just sent me some other weird thing. Hey, Ethan, do you want to chat in Discord? Do you want to join the chat or whatever? You can do that. I'd be happy to add you. Figured one of my friends would want to join by now, but there's an elite up there. I gotta kill him real quick. Anyways, corn box and potato station. That's what we always used to call him, wasn't it, Ethan? Jeez, that guy took like 1,000,000 bullets. Let's see. Okay, Mikey, one more. XO Mike, if you were to review a licensed game like Battle for Bikini Bottom. Lots of people have been asking me to do Remake or Rebreak and Battle of Bikini Bottom. That'd be interesting. Personally, I think the City in the Sky in TP was boring. It was mainly a lot of sitting and waiting. The only later dungeon I disliked. I kind of liked that dungeon, though. Poly Station, that's what we used to call it. True that the Ice mentioned... Yes, that was absolute me. Like, I just love the fact that one of the dungeons in Twilight Princess is just someone's house. I thought that was hilarious, and I thought it was really, like, I liked the music, I liked the atmosphere, so the Snowhead Temple was my favorite dungeon in that game. Absolutely agree. Take that. Sorry if I haven't got to your questions or whatever, you know, it's just like, I gotta play the game and address the chat at the same time. Not so easy, it takes multitasking skills. Okay, so we got some guys up there. Oh, I missed.
Oh, I missed.
Anyways. Oh, there's another fucking jackal up there. Oh, I forgot I have my sniper rifle! Okay, so we'll just aim over here. Got him. Alright, where's the other guy? Man, the frame rate is just fucking awful in this level. Alright, can't see them. How am I gonna shoot? There you go. Got him. Hopefully it's not too dark for you guys in the chat there. Alright, looks like I got pinged. Now it's on... Okay. Exo Paradigm Gamer, it's also... Oops, I forgot, you can... Okay, I gotta go plug the controller back in just a second. Okay. Goodness gracious almighty. Alright, I got some fresh air coming in here. Hopefully that'll make things a little easier. Anyways, it's also one of the few dungeons that actually has a story in it as you play. I think only the Fire Temple and the first dungeon TP have it. Yeah, that's kind of true. I want to hear your opinions on Mickey Mania, but you need to import the PS1 from Europe. I don't even think the PS1 version will work on my console, because I have an NTSC console, not a PAL console. I might have to emulate that one just for expediency. Because everything from PAL region is 50 hertz. Oh, speaking of which, Earthworm Jim has a PS2 version that's PAL only, so that's going to be annoying. Anyways, that looks like a leaked... Oh, overshield. Thank the Lord. It's going to make... I wish I had that earlier. Okay, so there's supposed to be hunters coming through here, but I haven't seen them yet. Do I have... Okay, I do have frag grenades. That's good. Alright, I got at least one of them. Looks like there's a guy somewhere around here. Ah, that fresh air feels so good. Even though I'm still sweating like a hooker in church. Anyways, yeah, I was trying to find an enemy to shoot at, and there's like nobody there. There we go. Alright, so that door's locked, so Cortana needs to use the battle network to hack in and open it. There's someone shooting. Where is it? Oh, there he is. He just kept moving around. Take that! Alright, got him. There's another guy over here. Alright. Gotta love grenades. Gotta love grenades. They make your life so much easier. Alright. And I could have swore there were some hunters. Where are they? Let's read the thing. Probably the best soundtrack Xenoblade. Have you played the two newest DKC games? I have, Thomas. They're fine. I prefer the first three games. About Battle... Yep. Battle of the Bikini Bottom. God, there's that many versions. I'm gonna be busy forever. Emulates that. Oh, you could play it on PS1 Classic. You know, you want to hear a weeb? I watch plenty of anime, but I watch it dubbed, so... Whew, 4 or feet? I prefer feet. Let's see. I like the dungeons enough, but that one part in the village was boring, and the wolf form, at least early game, isn't super fun. So Ginger Conqueror, as you get into the back half of the game, the wolf is much less emphasized. Like, you won't have... Like, you will still be able to play as the wolf, and it will be useful in some ways, but you won't have sections where you're hunting for bugs anymore in the back half of the game. And there are more dungeons, and like I said, that's the point where Twilight Princess becomes dungeon to dungeon and gets better, in my opinion. Most people, I think, agree with that. Now, let's see. The Legend of Zelda Game Boy Color games. Link's Awakening was okay. I absolutely despise the Oracle games. I cannot stand to play them. Alright, are those hunters gonna show up or what? There's like nobody to fight. Alright, can I go through this door now, or... Alright, what am I supposed to do? Is it a glitch? There's some enemies over here I need to kill. I don't... Okay, what do I do? Have you considered doing an episode of War on Blaster Master? I have not, but I'm not against it. Have you... Oh, okay, I guess I'm getting attacked now. There was nobody here 5 seconds ago, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people showed up. Alright, we got hunters. Finally. And remember our strategy. Shoot them in the back. Never fails. It's like they will never be able to hit you if you keep moving around like this. And before you know it, they'll be dead on the ground. And like I said, I find that plasma pistols are really effective on them, so... Not a good strategy. Okay, where's the other guy? Let me take care of him, gents. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, it'd be good if you could open that door, Cortana. Thank you. Alright. This is pretty much a suicide mission when you think about it. There's no guarantee we're gonna come out alive after... Yikes. I am! You're like pushing against my back when I'm trying to retreat. Jeez, asshole. And they get taken down by moving around them in a circle. Imagine you see these monsters. That's on Legendary. Okay. Okay, why did you hate the Oracle games? I hate it for the same reason I don't like the way that Banjo-Tooie's levels are designed. It just seems like you have to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's just like, everything is like, nothing is like intuitive enough, you know what I mean? It's like the game's supposed to be based on puzzles, but a lot of the puzzles aren't very intuitive is the problem. So it feels like I always have to look up where to go. Like, this is mostly about Oracle of Ages. Oracle of Seasons I have not played in a long time. And Oracle of Ages is what I've played most recently, but it's just like, it just seems like every dungeon is designed in the most annoying, frustrating, irritating way possible. I don't really enjoy playing it that much. It's like the fun value I get from the puzzles is vastly outweighed by the fact that I can never seem to figure out where to go at any given point. Alright. That guy I thought had a sword, but I guess not. Okay. Did you ever play Voodoo Vince and Blinks the Time Sweeper? I have played Blinks the Time Sweeper, I've not finished it. Favorite Halo game? Probably Halo 2. Why the holy hell do I keep making mistakes? Danny Ben S. Disable the shields to call on reinforcements. I can... Okay, Nintendo's Pride Tax. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. And they get taken down, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't it take a single bullet from a pistol to kill Hunter? I have tried using... pistol bullets on them. I couldn't get that trick to work. Anyways, takes a well-placed bullet to take him down on Legendary. Don't forget to reload Dr. Freeman. Thought on Conquer's Bad Fur Day in 2019. What do you think of Tropical Freeze? It's one of my favorites. I loved Tropical Freeze the first time I played it, but every subsequent time I play it, like, the puzzle pieces just get worse and worse. Like, the 100% experience in the Returns games is just horrible. It's like everything I didn't like about DKC3 turned up to 11. It's like, I would 100% DKC... I've 100% of DKC3 like 10 times now. I don't particularly enjoy it or anything, but I've still done it that many times. I've only 100%ed Tropical Freeze once, and I've tried to do it more than once. I just... It's like I get to a later point in the game and the puzzle pieces just destroy the pace, and I hate... But it's just like the way I'm used to playing those games, you know? So like, I can't... I have to like make myself not go for 100% to enjoy the game, which is fine, but it's just... That's just how I feel about it, you know? It's hard to understand if you're not a completionist. Okay, so these are the shields that I disable, like the guy I was talking about in the... Now we got reinforcement coming in. Can I open the other one? No.
Start your approach.
And they're invading the ship. Now, supposedly, the elite that would eventually become the Arbiter, Thelvadam, is somewhere on the Halo ring. Though you never actually see him in this game, I don't think. He's supposed to be in charge of all the elites here. Or all the Covenant forces, rather. Alright, let's go find Captain Keyes. Alright, let's take a look. DayGuy-C3 is my favorite of the SNES trilogy. That's good. I prefer 2, personally, but what was your inspiration when making the Roar segments? Now, people have asked me, what's your thoughts on Halo Reach? I think it's the best of the series. I have not finished Reach yet. Like, I got, I think, to a part where you were, like, flying around in space and shooting at ships, I think. And then, right around that time is when they announced the PC version was coming out, so I said, oh, I guess I'll wait for that. No, the puzzle pieces are easy, just use the bird smile. Well, yeah. That's the thing, though. I shouldn't have to. It should be fun to explore for them, but it's not. So I end up... okay, so I'm gonna call you on my other computer. Ethan? Ethan? I guess his mic is muted. I guess he'll pick up eventually. Anyways, what was I talking? Oh, there he is. I hear something. It's Ethan. So people in the chat, let me know if you can hear Ethan and if he sounds fine. It should be fine. But, you know, sometimes it... Okay. So, how you doing, man? Fine. Good. Working on videos and stuff before I start school again. I managed to hit him with a grenade. It said I'm working on videos and stuff before I start school again in September. Yeah, oh, and I got that. Yep, another 4 years. But this time Yep, but this time I'm learning about how to make video games, so hopefully it should be better. Okay, they should be able to... Oh, it's probably muted, that's why. Alright, can you hear Ethan? Try saying something.
Yo, diggity word, what's up, dog?
Yeah, now they should be able to hear you. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, folks.
Oh, Mikey, you know what I can say now?
What can you say now?
Mikey, welcome back to college.
Oh, that takes me back. Man, that video feels like it was forever ago. Like, I remember working on that video, just coming over to your place at the start of sophomore year and Drew.
I have all that shit.
And then Drew didn't have air conditioning. It was like miserable living there. It was like worse than the Heights.
Air conditioning, dude.
Well, no, I mean it just it
kind of did.
Yeah, they had it for like a month and then they shut them off.
They had it for like a month.
No, it was true. And then it's just like you'd go down and talk to Javier and say, it's warm as shit in here, can you please turn on the thing? And he's like, well, think about it, and then he never did anything.
Well, to be fair, AC a lot more expensive than you'd think, especially for a building that size.
Yeah. I don't know, but we paid a hefty amount of money to live there, so...
Exactly, that's the thing. It's like, you know, we pay $82 trillion a year. You can't...
Always.
Like, throw some cash, throw some chilly air our way.
Throw some chilly air.
You know, chill our nipples a little bit.
Feel how sweaty my hands are. Oh, I miss Game Mavericks.
I miss Game Mavericks too, dude. We should
We should do another playthrough at some point.
Would anybody in the chat be interested in more Game Mavericks live streams or actual playthroughs? Fixed videos. But I wonder if what would be more popular or what would be more well received.
Alright, those guys came out. Okay, where is that elite? There he is. He's gotta kill him before he kills me, otherwise I'm screwed. Alright, come on, die, friend. Die. There we go.
Want us to play the dolphin?
But everybody's played Super Mario! What's a Game Mavericks? Well, assuming that isn't a joke, Kevin Lee, that was a Let's Play channel I worked on for like 4 years with Ethan here. Basically, it's me and my colleague buddy
Alonzo.
And our good friend Alonzo. And we played video games in our college dorm rooms. Daddy Alonzo. He played
Daddy Alonzo.
Big Daddy Alonzo. So we played video games in our college dorm rooms together. So it was fun. But then we all graduated and went our separate ways. So Game Mavericks was retired for a little bit, and then we came back with Mega Man 11 because Mega Man was kind of a tradition. Anyways, let's see. I want a Roar of GoldenEye 007, the 1997 version, and the 2010 version. A lot of people don't like the Wii version, but not me. The book is confirmed to be canon. I assume they talk about the Halo books. Favorite Mega Man X game? Maverick Hunter X on the PlayStation Portable is my favorite of the X games. Got another jackal here. Anyways, so what have you been up to, Ethan? I think this is gonna be the last level I do.
How long is it gonna last for?
I'd say about 5 to 10 more minutes, not that much longer.
Yeah, that's perfect, actually. You know, the good folk in the chat, convinced me to join in, and
We must be in the
I actually do have to work tomorrow.
There are probably multiple.
Oh, Ryan, yeah. They're like,
The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
Gotta wake up at 5 and go back into work, and it's already 10:18 p.m. here.
Yeah.
So, I just thought I'd jump on for like 20, 25, 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah. Yeah,
say hi to the peeps of the interwebs.
Sup, peeps of the interwebs?
Gamer, good night.
So I guess someone's leaving. I heard that it's holy crap, you're alive for a second. This name is pronounced lie. Okay. My bad, Kevin. You're still in college. I'm going to be going back to college. A different college. Let's see. Yeah. Alright.
That would be really great.
What?
I came to visit my good buddy, Mikey, in Washington sometime.
That'd be fun. I could show you my game room, and you could meet my kitty cat. My little baby
game
kitty.
Room now?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big. It's just like I live with Eric now, and I have my own little room where I work on videos all day. Well, when I have
is it
time.
your little room, or is it the study? Or is
Oh,
it
it's
the office?
yeah, it's the office. I just call it my game room.
Or is it the retreat, or is it the rumpus room?
The rumpus room.
You're gonna call it that from now on.
Yeah, but it'd be fun. Like you and I could do a play. You could come over. I could show you my cat in my game room, and then you and I could do a playthrough with Eric or something. Like in which we
go home.
Yep. Then you'd go home and go back to working.
That's what it feels like. No, well, we can discuss that sort of stuff off camera.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a lot of fun, actually.
Let's see. Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked by the Invisible Man.
Hi, Invisible Man. That sounds like a great Mega Man 12 boss. Because the game will never come out. I'll be Invisible Man.
I'll be invisible by the time the game comes out. People won't be able to see me when I'm buried underground.
I'll be invisible. The amount of irate I am is so.
It reminds me of the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde principle.
What's that?
Oh, there's just like a part in, I don't remember what game Irate Gamer was reviewing, but he was like reviewing a game, this or that, and then for whatever reason he's talking about the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde principle with the B. Principle. He like spelled it wrong.
Wonderful.
Lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Wonderful. I did not know about that because I've not really watched much. I'm doing these days anyway.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here.
I think he's called Chris Neo now, and he talks about Skylanders. And he has like these weird 80s shades, like you know the ones that have like the blinds on them.
Yeah, or like the little shutters, you mean?
Yeah, the shutter shades, that's what they're called. Sup peeps of the interwebs, I'm the whiny bitch gamer. You know, I keep thinking about how that video was like, the production of it was like a perfect storm. You know, I just sat down for lunch one day and I'm like, what if we did a parody of the Irate Gamer?
The next week you were trending on YouTube.
And then like we just went over to our dorm and just shot it. And then with like no plan, we just fucking made the thing, and it's like the best of the three.
So funny.
That's bad news.
I really did enjoy your
They'll use it against
remake
us
one
about
too.
the entire human race.
I just watched it the other day.
Which video did you just watch?
I have a new mission for you.
Final Fantasy VII remake one.
Oh yeah.
Why can't Square Phoenix make
what's gonna happen.
Square
It's
Phoenix?
it's so hard to tell when you're like blurring the line between like parody and actually real criticism. Oh, and additional parts and cost $100. I know none of that's been confirmed, but you know it's what's gonna happen. It started out as a joke, but it ended up so true.
I forgot that I said that. Oh my god. I predicted the future, folks.
Is that actually what happened, or is what they've announced it to
Yeah,
be?
like they're putting it out in multiple parts, and the first part of the Final Fantasy VII remake is only going to be like the first, what is probably like the first 5 or 6 hours of the original. They're just going to pad it out to a full game.
Oh, kind of like 5 Ground Zeroes and
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah, except
the Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace. Yeah, what the Phantom Menace is that guy's problem? One of the few funny Family Guy jokes.
I don't even remember. Playing Mario's Missing earlier.
Oh, did you know that the same people who made that on NES later made like Crash of the Titans on Xbox 360?
Radical Entertainment?
Yeah. They made a bunch of Crash Bandicoot games later on.
So they made a bunch of terrible NES games, dude. They made the Wayne's World game.
They made the Terminator game. The one where you like have to
that
go
was
into
mine.
Gunma. They published it, but Radical Entertainment developed the Terminator game. They made
Yeah, that's right. Let me take a look here. Really shit-tacular fuckfest games. I think they made Rocky and Bullwinkle too.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, did you see that Fred Fox was in the latest AVGN episode?
I texted you about that earlier, but I could not even finish the episode. I thought it was so bad.
I thought it was funny just for Gilbert Gottfried. I accidentally killed a couple of my own guys just now.
Racist. I don't know, Gilbert, whatever. It seemed really awkward again.
There was some trace of Akari Warriors awkwardness in there, yeah.
Well, it's like, you remember his video with Lloyd Kaufman?
Yeah.
Really awkward.
Air support is cut off, Captain.
The one with Macaulay Culkin I thought turned out really well, mostly because they're like the exact same age.
Yeah.
Helped it a little bit.
Stow the belly aching soldier. Remember you're
Hold on, let's see here.
Cortana.
Looking at other games Radical Entertainment developed.
can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain.
Let's see.
There's a
It
covenant
was decently
conversation
funny, so I guess. Don't forget they made Protocol 1 and 2. That's true. Prototype,
Protocol
sorry.
or prototype? Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
made
like
the
protocol.
Yeah, I mixed up Prototype and Alpha Protocol in my head just now. That's what happened. There's a guy. There's a person to shooting. Where did he go? Oh, it's just a grunt. Alright. There's another grunt.
Just a grunt.
Yeah, that's what they're called. I don't know how much you know about... I don't know how much you know about Halo. Because you're not a corn box guy.
Not a single thing. What's the guy's name? Master Chef?
Yeah. Yeah, he's Master Chief Petty Officer 117. That's what his name is.
Oh god. Oh, so I'm looking at Radical Entertainment stuff now. So their first game they ever developed, Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends on NES, as well as the Terminator, or
That's it. The dropship is moving.
Dumpster Fire.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Terminator slightly though. It's just kind of horribly funny. Well, then they uploaded 2 NES games on the system.
Interface with the ship's controls.
Twins, Mario is missing.
Mario twins.
Yes.
It's funny because they are twins, canonically. They were born on the same day. Like when you play Yoshi's Island.
Time for a little
Both 24.
Yeah, they're both 24. Mario's only... When they say that Mario's the older brother, they mean that by like 5 minutes. Anyways.
A second. I just looked up Luigi age. the first thing I open very first thing that like spouts in your face is like, Mario is hereby 45 years old. This is now canon. And the mushroom on Toad's head is part of his head, and he doesn't have hair underneath it.
Remember when Shigeru Miyamoto decided that Mario wasn't a plumber anymore, and people got so upset that he changed it back? This is a thing that happened.
Hold on. Start over there, pal.
So Shigeru Miyamoto decided that Mario wasn't going to be a plumber anymore, and the internet freaked out, so he changed his mind.
Lead us to Halo's control center.
Like, listen here, Buster.
The island has multiple structures inside.
Childhood.
One of them contains the map room.
Fuck.
Yes. And then there was like later on, apparently, that Nintendo revealed that Mario is not in love with Princess Peach, he just wants to be friends.
Hey, he's in love with Daisy.
Oh yeah, Princess Daisy, that throwaway character from the Game Boy game that for some reason is in the Mario Party games. Anyways, I think that's all we're gonna do for today, folks.
Yeah, for like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, we can hang out with Ethan for a little bit, and then we'll play more of this level next time, I guess.
What are you
If
gonna
they're-
stream next, do you think?
No, I just felt like streaming today. I don't know why. I think I was with my friend Ryan from Versecast. I was on his stream yesterday. I was just like, you know what, it'd be fun to do one of these again.
Yeah, no, we ought to stream again sometime soon. Gosh, what would people want to see us stream, like as a Game Maverick stream, if we got Alonzo along?
Alonzo along.
Shut up.
Not to be confused with Alonzo Elon Musk.
Shut up. I'm just gonna send you back to Washington.
Don't make me send you a corn box in the mail.
Oh no. Destroy my poly station with its graphical inferior.
Okay,
I don't know how I
let's move
wrote
out.
this.
Let's go find the map room that was
It'll spoil my collection of 480i PlayStation 2 games.
Isn't there a way to just mod it to turn off the anti-aliasing and make the image look better on an HD screen?
Maybe you can turn off the vertical filtering but like PlayStation 2 is like the only console where you cannot just mod it to output in 480p. There are some games you can force it on, but not a lot.
Uncle has a way of doing it. He has like the program saved onto a regular card. It's like
Yeah, I have GS Mod Loader too, but it doesn't actually force 480p. I think it just de-interlaces it to 480p, as it's
I mean, I'm not worried about like the resolution. It's more like the terrible filter.
Oh yeah, you can turn that off. I'm pretty sure.
Looks a little not necessarily crisper, but like I don't really care about the.
Yeah, they're basically what they do is they put like a blur filter on the vertical resolution to make it like blurrier, so that you won't notice the flickering of the 480i as much. So yeah, you can turn that off as far as I know, but it's not something you'd necessarily want to do for 480i because it makes it less flickery. But it will make it sharper. Anyways,
I don't know, when I eventually do my play of Silent Hill 3 one day.
I'll bet the silent card.
I thought you already did that with the Longbro, didn't you?
Oh, I never did Silent Hill 3.
TGX is calling me out and asking me to stream War Gods if I'm such a big fan.
What the heck is that?
War Gods is like this shitty game on the N64, and I have like this running gag where I say it's the best game of all time.
Why? No, the best game is Turok Rage Wars for the N64.
Did we play that on the show?
Did, and then you camped.
That's right.
And then my camping is not good.
Well, you can't follow the strategy when it works.
You'd have to expect everybody else to not camp in order for your strategy to work.
That's true. So what you're saying is that I was the smart one.
Not necessarily, because if everybody was the smart one, then there'd be no game. Everybody
yes,
would be
but
playing hide and
precisely
seek with
the
no
fact
one
that
looking.
I was the only one doing it is what makes me the smart one.
Not necessarily. It makes you the one that's a shitbag hiding in the corner.
Shitbag.
Yes.
I missed Ethan. I missed Ethan saying yes.
Yes. Shut up. I missed Mikey going.
Anyways, take that, Jackal.
Good show indeed, Mikey.
Anyways, let's take a peek at the chat. Will you ever do a game room tour, EXO? Sure, if people really want it. Your cat should have a channel called Catsoperidine Meower. Lol.
Yes.
EXO, you say shitty, but it looked better than MK4. The graphics in War Gods are actually pretty good, in my opinion. I think it's one of the better looking games. Let's see. What do you think of open world games? Well, if you saw my Banjo-Kazooie video, you'll know that I'm not a huge fan of them. Because I think they're just mostly empty and don't have a lot to do.
Mikey. Ethan.
Yes?
So, before when you were talking, back in the college days when you played the fart on your Wii U.
Breath of the Fart Cloud?
Breath of the Fart is what I like to call it. But, the levels. There's so many meanings by calling it Breath of the Fart. But about it, I had no like what any of it meant because I had no experience with the game. What's a quick gist of what you think of the game?
I think that the game doesn't get good until you unlock Rivali's Gale and get a second stamina meter. Once you do, the game gets a lot better in my opinion, but like the first 5 or 6 hours or so in my opinion are like almost unplayable. Because it's like, you know me. Oh, you're talking about Wind Waker, not Breath of the Fart.
No. Someone just called it Windbreaker.
I gotta remember that one.
I'm gonna remember that one too. Thank you, Danny Ben S. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. Anyway, go ahead. Again, sorry to interrupt you.
But you know me, Ethan. You know me personally, so you know that I am in fact an impatient bastard. I hate waiting.
Yes, you are. You hate waiting for anything. Damn it! Stupid computer, go faster.
And then I snap at it.
Yes.
And then you'd be like, Mikey, snapping at the computer won't make it go any faster. And I'm just like, but it feels good.
But then you just slam you just tap the space bar too hard to get it to work. But didn't you say you felt like the game had too much content?
That's not really the problem. I don't really feel like it has enough to do, honestly. It's like all you really have are shrines. And the main quest.
Too.
It's like shrines are the only thing to do, and then the shrines get boring because they all look the same. Like, some of them have some clever puzzles. Like, there were fun moments, to be sure.
Easy. Most of them are way too damn easy.
Yeah, but there's like this one where you have to bring the blue flame to the end, and Death Mountain, that I thought was kind of clever. You know, but it's just like, that's like the only thing you do in the game, and there aren't nearly as many actual dungeons, and the story is like something that's basically already happened already. Like, there were interesting characters, but like they're already all dead by the time the game starts, so that's kind of defeats the purpose. I wanted to see it play out in real time, I guess. You know, there were interesting ideas there. I will say that with the second one having been announced, the sequel, there is definitely an opportunity to improve considerably. Because it's like sometimes, it's like the AVGN once said, sometimes you need to take a bad shit before you can take a better shit.
It's like the game's like a mile wide but an inch deep, you know?
Yeah, that's precisely...
There's stuff all over the place, and there's people to talk to, but they don't ever have anything interesting to say.
You know, it's weird because I feel like the last time you and I talked about that, you were like really into it.
What exactly?
You're into Breath of the Wild. You were.
I do enjoy it. It is a fine game, but you know, the more and more I play it, I realize I'm like, okay, now the shrines are done. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can upgrade my weapons, but I can't go talk to anybody and have fun. I don't know. I haven't beaten it yet, though, so who knows? I've had my Switch for like 3 months, and already the right Joy-Con is drifting.
Oh, I did hear that after they sued them, like some group of people have filed a class action lawsuit against Nintendo over the Joy-Con drift. And basically, I think Nintendo's strategy is we're going to settle this case, and then we're going to offer free repairs for that.
I mean, the class action lawsuit's going to take forever to get.
Yeah, but Nintendo has already announced that you can ship in your Joy-Cons, and they will fix it for free.
Yeah, because they once they heard all the news of the oh shit, we gotta do some bonus post. The biggest thing about it is that because it's like, okay, the Switch Lite is coming out and the Joy-Cons are hardwired into the damn system. So what are you gonna do if they start drifting after 3 months? The whole system's, you have to throw it in the trash.
Yeah, at that point you could probably just, because it's like then all you'd really have to do is open up the case and replace the broken thing. I mean, you could do that, but it's just, you shouldn't have to, is the point. It should be just work.
That is a pain in the ass.
Well, I could tell you, as someone who's done soldering, that it is indeed. Like, I had to open up my Wii to update the firmware on the HDMI in it. Like, I got an HDMI mod installed in my Wii. I had to open it up to update the firmware, and it took, like, an entire night to get it going, because the way that the system is wired together and the way everything is placed is just like, they managed to fit a lot in a small space, but it's like a pain in the butt to open it up and get it. And it's just,
I'm sure Mikey was totally patient and did not get upset at all during that period.
Well, it's just in that, but it's just like, then I open up like a Genesis and everything's just sitting there in plain view. You know what I mean? It's just like, game consoles are so much more complicated than they used to be. Even the controllers.
The Joy-Con controller is ridiculous. Mikey, have you ever played Goat Simulator?
I haven't. I bought Eric a copy for Christmas, and he never opened it.
Played it for like once, then I was like, what the fuck? I can't use a keyboard to play a game. And then I never played it again.
Birth of the Wildfire.
Paul's been asking.
It's like how you said you were ADHD in the Spyro episode today. I do have ADHD, Ginger Conqueror. I was diagnosed. That's why I'm so impatient, or at least one of the reasons.
You can be impatient without having a...
Yes, you can.
Let's not talk about that right now.
Okay.
Don't
you have a Pro Controller? I do, Super Yoda, but not Ethan doesn't have one. He, in his own words...
I cannot afford it right now.
Yeah, they are very expensive. Shockingly expensive.
$70?
70 bucks? That's more than I remember them being.
Hold on, maybe at Target they were.
Christ, that is...
Tier 70s, Mackers. They're more expensive than a PS4 Shock or Dual Shock or whatever they're up to now.
Yeah. It's probably because of the motion control stuff built into it. Which is
HD rumble, your favorite feature.
That thing I always turn off.
Rumble. I've always liked the rumble.
I mean, most people don't mind it. I don't know what it is. I'd never liked it. I always turned it off. I will say HD rumble is better than old rumble, because at least in the case of HD rumble, it's like more. It's not just every once in a while you'll throw a bomb, it'll explode, and then the controller will shimmy. You know what I mean? It feels like you actually feel the footsteps and stuff. I still turn it off because I find it annoying, but it's like, at least if we're gonna have rumble, that's at least better.
It's like more subtle as opposed to like...
Yeah.
The whole
and it actually
controller rumbling through your table when you set the controller on the table.
Yeah.
Cutscene.
Yeah.
Just...
like I said, I wasn't gonna do this level, and then I'm already like halfway through it.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go to bed soon.
Alright, takes care of that invisible guy.
Nintendo games more and more again. And I accidentally bought one game.
What game did you buy?
I'm such an extra copy of Magic Johnson's Fast Break for the Nintendo
I only wanted one copy, Mikey. I only wanted one. And I got two.
I only need one ice cream. I got two ice cream cones, but I only need one.
Well, gosh, Plankton, I can help you.
Really?
Can somebody put a timestamp on that so I can record that Mikey giggle right there? That's a classic Mikey giggle.
How many times involved in lawsuits? The Donkey Kong lawsuit from Universal, the Atari Games lawsuit, the Game Genie lawsuit, even the Wii Remote lawsuit. It's all about the HD Rumble, lads. The Pro Controller is $62 now. EPG, what is your least favorite Nintendo series? I feel like I should have an answer. I feel like I should have an answer to that.
Like first party Nintendo IP?
Yeah, that's what they mean. Not really sure. Because I don't know, I guess Fire Emblem, but I haven't even played Fire Emblem. So it's only least favorite by virtue of me knowing nothing about it. Oh, Mother!
By default.
Mother. That's something I'm not a fan of.
They're gonna break your legs if you say that.
Oh, I've said this before and I've been fine. I know it's really popular, but it's just like I tried to play Earthbound and it just did not grip me at all. And I've seen King K's video on the first Mother, and it looks even more annoying. The only one that looks particularly good is Mother 3, but it's like of course that's the one we didn't get. It's like the one game we didn't
either.
Well, it did come out on Virtual Console with the translation, So they did. There is like an official English version of it now, but we still haven't gotten something like that for Mother 3.
Can we talk about that for a second? About
Sure.
reason why Found
Okay.
or Mother 1 never came to the United States. You know what the official reason is, right?
I don't know what that is.
Or the reason they say it never came out here.
Or did they think it was like too old? People wanted more SNES games, or
it was coming. It was supposed to come out in 1991, right around the time that the Super Nintendo was coming out. So they're like, "Oh no, it's coming out right around the time the Super Nintendo is coming out." So throw it in the trash.
The same thing happened to Star Fox 2.
Say it's the same explanation they gave there. They kept making first-party Nintendo games like years after the Super Nintendo's already released.
Yeah, the Kirby's Adventure came out, what, like 93?
I was just about to say Corbin's Adventure.
And Corbin's Adventure.
That wasn't actually Nintendo developed. That was a HAL Laboratory.
Oh yeah, but HAL Laboratory is basically a subsidiary of Nintendo, even back then.
Essentially, but Kirby's Adventure was there because they said they knew how to use the hardware to maximize it to create the best possible game they could that a system could utilize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's as far as late release NES games go, it's up there.
It's fantastic. It's like a 5-star game for me. I love it. I actually just bought the Famicom version because it's a
really
cartridge.
Oh, that's cute.
I have it sitting on. Yeah, I know. It looks like a big old piece of bubble gum. But
then
I was saying, but then they made
Ginger Conquer says that there's an alternate controller you can get for $30 on Amazon.
I know, but those are like third-party controllers. If I'm going to be into a controller, just one controller, I want it to be like the first-party one,
Yeah, wasn't Alonzo recommending some 8-bit DOE ones as well that he's been using?
Those are Bluetooth controllers for like they're better for like emulation and stuff.
Okay.
One more thing I just have to say quick.
Okay.
Fucking bullshit that they decided not to release Earthbound in 1991. Star Tropics 2: Zoda's Revenge. The NES, developed by Nintendo themselves, 1994.
So was it like they already had the game translated and like ready to go, and then at the last minute they said, "Nah, the SNES is out. Nobody want to play this." Is that what happened?
That's what happened. Yes, that's what happened. The game was fully translated, ready to go. And then
I'll bet that's the.
Yeah, never mind.
I'll bet that's why they were able to release it on Virtual Console, but not Mother 3, because they already had a finished game. They just needed to release it.
It was not a fancy translation. It was the official translation that they had themselves. Found prototypes of it and everything.
Nintendo.
Then it's like 1994 rolls around. They're like, yeah, no one's buying the Nintendo anymore. Let's make another game for it, quick.
Real quick. Let's go sniff the NES's balls real quick.
It's like, I appreciate Star Tropics 2 existing, but it's like, why? Why? It's 1994. Nobody's buying the NES anymore. It's done. Why would you make a game exclusively for that system?
That's the same thing that Capcom was doing with Mega Man for so long.
Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 all came out after the Super Nintendo was released, or the Super Famicom.
Mm-hmm.
Bizarre to me, and that's why I with you 1,000 times. It's like it's existing. I love them for some reason,
Yeah. Yeah, the Mega Man games are all 6 of them are definitely some of the best games on the NES.
is not showing up on the stream.
What's not showing up?
Look at the bottom right corner of the actual video playback on the YouTube.
It's odd.
It's not updating on there, so.
It looks like it's
Someone
updating
just-
to me.
Persona Yoda 14 said YouTube chat is not showing up on the stream. Did you just say Mega Man 5 sucks?
No, that's not what I said. Oh yeah, that is weird.
Remake says Mega Man 5. That's exactly what he's saying. I think you suck. Mega Man 5 is my boy. Give me some Mega Man 5.
All right, somebody put something in the chat and it should update. I just respawned it, whatever you call that. It is weird though.
Like the actual chat is going, but yeah, on the playback, like the stuff that's being recorded.
That's weird. It should be. I don't know what the issue is.
Yes, Mega Man 6 is basically my favorite, one of my favorite NES games as well. We're still releasing.
Full hammer to ground teams. You've got 2 enemy dropships coming in fast.
Strange. It's just a strange, peculiar situation, you know.
Company coming. Let's set the table. Engage enemy forces on site.
Okay.
It'll be easier to hold them off from inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Get it for like 92, but 94 really?
Too fast. Negative.
You wouldn't, Mikey, would you?
Gotta find the cartographer.
The microphone right now, would you? Go Paradigm Gamer. Release a PS3 game right now.
Probably not. No.
See?
Not unless if it was like really easy to optimize.
Except the PS3 is not easy to optimize.
That's true.
Be easier to be the PS4.
Like I was amazed
Oh my
that something
God,
like
dude.
Life of Black Tiger could exist.
New.
That game that Gilbert
Angry
Gottfried in the
Nintendo.
AVGN. Yeah, angry. Nintendo dork, you broke my fucking couch! Anyways.
My fucking couch. I wish they had Kyle back in more episodes. He hasn't been in an episode since like the Kari Warriors, has he?
No. Better than hiding behind a fucking couch for all these goddamn years. Anyways, this is the map room.
Was James in a garage band with Kyle Justin? Like, how's he friends with him?
I don't know. Maybe they were like high school friends.
Well, that, but
Cortana to Captain Keys.
Looks like something happened to the captain.
Cortana, his ship may be out of range or having equipment
looks like something happened. He's dead.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've reestablished
I wonder
contact.
what happened to Sonic.
The Master Chief and I have determined the location of the
Um,
control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
I was watching James did some podcasts of like musical artists. Like the only videos, I don't know if his wife,
April Rolfe was in there.
not even disclose her name in the videos. He's like, I'm James Rolfe, and here is, well, let's just call her Mrs. Nerd.
How would you like to be April and be called Mrs. Nerd?
The persona. But they I watched these because he was talking about like Black Sabbath and Metallica, and just it was like a 2-hour, each of them were like a 2-hour podcast. No, it was
Yeah,
very
that definitely-
weird having like his family in the video because it's never ever before seen.
Oh, they showed his kid too.
No, they didn't show anything. It was all.
Oh, it was all voice. Okay, I see.
It was
Podcast, of course.
It was before his kids were born, I think.
Oh, he has more than one kid. Okay,
His 2 daughters.
2 daughters. Okay. Imagine. How would you like to be the guy? How would you like to be the daughter of the guy who said, "I'd rather have a diarrhea dog take a lava dump all over the screen"?
I love that line so much. Oh my god, I love that line.
Like, what is he?
Diarrhea dog, take a lava dump all over the screen.
And every time you go to a new part of the game, it says, "Hold on." Hold on for what? It has to fucking load?
Diarrhea dog.
Let's crank that shit switch and turn up that diarrhea dial. It's Bible games on CDI.
Yay. No, but during that podcast, he said that he was in a garage band at one point because he loved Metallica so much.
That's interesting.
James is a gigantic metalhead, apparently.
I'm not too surprised, because he brings up Witchfinder General all the time.
Once.
I think he brought him up more than once, but yeah. Not that often.
He brings up Slayer a few times, he brings up Metallica all the time. Loves Metallica. To our podcast on Metallica. And like he's been to 9 Metallica shows.
Damn.
Team.
How many have you been to?
How dare you call Metallica a pop band, Urameshi?
Oh, Metallica. That was so crappy.
I have a suspiciously good Kuwabara.
But it's like then he goes to the concert and then it's just like a still image of 4 guys just standing there. One of them was on a keyboard. Metallica's never had a keyboardist. Metallica's never once had a keyboardist.
Not even when they made Load and Reload. I'll bet Ethan can tell you what they are a load of.
But crap.
Should
Metallica albums have you listened to at this point?
Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, Kill 'Em All, and the Black Album. I own Reload, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Skip over Load and Reload. Skip over Stay in Anger as well. Really?
What about their later albums? Are those any good?
Not bad, but they're not great. They're just kind of stagnating, you know?
Yeah. It's like they tried to do something different, but then people didn't like it, so I guess they're kind of stuck.
I could sit here and talk about this for like 40 years. Let's save that one for the next stream, because it's about 11. I have to wake up in 6 hours. So.
Alright. Yeah, this level's pretty much done. If you wanted to head out.
Head out. So, thank you to everybody for joining us as we...
Everybody say goodbye to Ethan.
Bye, everybody.
I love you. Goodbye, Poop Smith.
I love you.
Ah, fuck. Got killed. See you later, Ethan.
My death metal vocals.
Oh, that's right. You're in like a couple bands now, aren't you?
Metal.
Like you get that one.
A fart themed band.
Is there a song called Steve Corpola's Rattling Rectum?
Oh, but we do have a song called Filthy Fumes / Rattling Rectum Blues.
That's great.
Let's see, my drummer came up with a song called Polygamous Horse Bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of weird ones. I gotta go. Good night, everybody. I love you all. And thank you for giving me lots of smiles and... I don't know.
Alright, see you later, Ethan. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Alright, so it's just me now, but we're pretty much done with this level. We went on quite a bit longer than I originally wanted to, but that's okay. This level is probably my favorite level in the game, so I don't mind too much. Alright, only thing left we gotta worry about is there's some elites hiding behind these walls. Yep, there he is. Alright, there should be one more, and then once we take care of him, we're done with this level. Yeah, but someone was saying that this game is dark in the chat on Xbox. It definitely is. This game, I had to change the, I had to change the range to full range in order to be able to see everything. I think they might have fucked that up. Because most games that are at 480i or 480p are supposed to be limited range, but this game looks much better in full range. So, anyways, actually, maybe the Xbox has full RGB frame buffers. You don't know because it doesn't have VGA output, so you couldn't get full RGB. But anyways, wow, this video is so clean. What cables do you use? There's like a little HD AV box you can get for your Xbox. You plug it in, and then the box has like plugins for component cables on it. So that's the cables I use, and then I use the open source scan converter to convert it for digital. So yeah. Thoughts on Mario Odyssey? It was good, but I still haven't. I've played it like 3 times and still haven't 100%ed it. So take that what you will. All right, next stream when? We'll see. How about next week? We'll say next week. Next Friday, we'll try it again. Anyways. Peeps on the interwebs, you broke my fucking couch. Frogger the Great Quest. You like the latest entry in the Zelda series? If by that you mean the remake of Link's Awakening, that hasn't come out yet, so I guess we'll see. I'm sure I'll be getting plenty of requests to do a remake or rebreak on that, because there are like 3 versions. Jeez. If you ever see them for a good price, try the monster cables for Xbox. I find them to be less noisy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was... my choice came down to that or the AV box, and I chose the AV box. I never understood what this I would have been your daddy is about. I don't get it. Anyway, I think this is the only time you see a grunt up close. This model actually looks pretty good. Like, the ships and stuff look good in this game, not so much the human faces. Anyways. Good night, everybody. I talked about Botwa earlier in the stream. I think it's okay. Why is it shooting all my bullets? I need them bullets. Okay. Not that it matters anyway, because we're done for the night. So, alright. Oh, Sam's, you made it just in time for me to stop. No, I'm sorry, Sam's. I'm sure there'll always be next time, though. Anyways, yeah, so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time, and hopefully we'll play some more Halo then. I think we're almost halfway through. This is level 5. Anyways. Yep. See ya.